What's going on, guys? Welcome back to United View. We made it. We made it, Marcel. Oh, yes. If only you guys could see. If only you guys could see the behind the scenes in the last 15 minutes or so. There has been scrambling, to say the least. Apologies that we are so late. But it's very difficult. This is just my opinion, Marcel. It's very difficult to provide a running commentary and do a bit of a match view on a game when you can't see the game. We have been scrambling to be able to get our screen here to work, basically, during the last 20 minutes or so. But we got there in the end. I mean, Marcel's with me once again. I mean, the sheer amount of joy when the match actually appeared.
Where do we start?
On the screen. But yes, how are you feeling?
I'm good now.
Relieved?
Yeah. UVHQ at its finest, you know. We're bigger and better. And there's mistakes on the way, I guess. But very, very happy. Just glad to be here, to be honest with you. Just glad to be at this point. And, you know, the game's we're about to start on the game and stuff. So, yeah, happy.
You know what it is, guys? I think everyone's been in this situation when they've been at home and something's not working, and it starts off with logic.
Yeah.
Logic, you go, that's a bit weird, that's not working. You start tracing things back. It's when things still aren't working. Yeah. At one point, Marcel had to be removed from the television because he was unplugging things and plugging them in at one point.
Josh is like, don't touch that,
don't touch that, Marcel. But we got there. The players are walking out onto the pitch, so we'll get into the team news right now. There are 3 changes to the starting 11 from the 4-1 win, the first half selection in the 4-1 win over Melbourne Victory. David De Gea is back in for Tom Heaton. We have Terrell Malacia making his first start for Manchester United, replacing Luke Shaw. Marcus Rashford is back in to replace Anthony Elanga. So the starting lineup for Manchester United does look as follows. It is David De Gea in goal. Diogo Dalot once again at right back. Lindelof and Maguire as your starting centre-backs. We'll talk about that in a second. As I mentioned, the aforementioned Terrell Malacia starts at left back. McFred continues under ETH once again. Jadon Sancho, Bruno Fernandes and Marcus Rashford are your 3 players behind the striker, and the striker is one Anthony Martial. Thoughts on that, Marcel?
You know, same midfield as well in terms of what was happening last season. Good to see Malacia starting that fluid front 4 if you want, with Rashford, Martial and Sancho. It's good news. Want to see them in the combinations again. But that McFred, I think it's going to change at some point. But again, just 2 players that you kind of know what you're going to get from them, and they kind of need to be versed in that 6/8 role anyway, alongside if you get the Frankie de Jong or if you get the CDM. So looking forward to seeing what happens.
Yeah, I'm also looking forward to seeing what happens. You know what's interesting, actually, about Crystal Palace, it must be said. Crystal Palace are without something like 10 or 9 senior first-team players for a variety of issues, one being fitness, one being some players' vaccination status. Of course, to get into Australia, you have to be double-jabbed.
Wow. And
one player, the new signing, Decore, is being sort of threatened with blackmail at the moment. It's a proper...
Wow.
What's it called? I can't think of the right words.
I want to say scandal.
No, it's like... Anyway, but but that's why he's not there as well. So it's not the strongest Crystal Palace team, basically, that we're going up against today.
I'm not seeing Eze. I'm not seeing Olise.
No Wilfred
Zaha. These were the kind of players that I was hoping that we would be able to see in this kind of game, just to see what kind of, how the back four will handle those type of, very direct players, high energy. But no, okay, we'll still see what happens, of course.
What do you expect, though, to see from Manchester United? There is certainly a basis of what Erik ten Hag clearly sees as his strongest side, isn't there? Given that there have been, again, a couple of changes here and there, it's always 2 or 3 changes. Rashford for Elanga, no Varane on the bench once again, by the way. So, I mean, he played that first pre-season half, but we were surprised with that. Now, again, injuries.
I did say Eric Bailly is going to be more available, guys. I did say it. Eric Bailly will be more available than Varane. I did say that. Potentially, it's already starting. But, I mean, we'll see what happens today. I mean, I'm expecting maybe a low block again. A very clever counter-attack against us. So that will be opportunity to see how the back four are working in terms of managing and gauging the distance in behind them. I feel like we'll be trying to dominate the ball as we have been, and trying to do the clever passes, the underlaps as well. Delo has got a very good relationship with Sancho, and you're looking for those kind of relationships from the fullback to the wingers to be astute and be very clever today.
Well, we're just about to kick off. Manchester United are in the all-white away kit, which is very nice, isn't it? It is very nice. I do like that all-white away kit, it must be said. To be fair, we've said our piece about the home kit.
I like the home kit.
I'm warming to it must be said. I'm still not 100%, fixed on it must be said. But they do like the away kit, so we're waiting for the kickoff right now. And hopefully we see, once again, an impressive performance by Manchester United.
Yeah, I mean, so far so good. Early stages, but so far so good. So, more of the same, really. Again, it's all about, being patient with the ball in the final third, looking for the openings, and hopefully we can see some goals as well. We don't want to concede, but it's that counter-attack that we conceded from, and breaking through the press. When we're under duress, that back line, when there's opposition players running through, we need to be able to hold them up and wait for support to come in to defend.
Absolutely. I think it's frozen.
Yeah. Hopefully it'll change.
Which is not ideal just before you start.
Yeah.
Let me try and fix that.
Oh, we got to sign.
We'll go. Yeah, we'll go. Don't worry. I'll fix it.
We got to sign. Yeah, we got to sign on. But yeah, looking forward to a good game. A good game again against Premier League opposition. So should be something to look forward to be honest with you. Anti-Martial scoring again will be something on the agenda as well.
Maybe cut to the thumb and we'll come back. We're back. I tell you what, this TV that we've had today, I mean, if it wasn't so expensive, I'd have kicked the shit out of it already. I tell you now, screw it. Screw the TV. We have it in front of us. There's 5 minutes 30 gone. We're going to do our best. I'm going to get my phone up as well so you can see your super chats up on the phone. But it's 5 minutes gone. It's 0-0. We haven't missed anything. So we're back. But we were talking about, you know what it was, guys, by the way, as well? We had thought that everything was working, and it couldn't have been more perfectly timed that it stopped working, Marcel.
As soon as the kickoff's about to happen.
It's not working. But we're back. It's Anthony Martial down Manchester United. I believe that's our left-hand side?
Yes.
Here's Terrell Malacia, 1-2.
Oh, that looks...
Nice little play into the box, and it clears.
McTominay
But it comes back to Anthony Martial, edge of the box, cleared once again, and Crystal Palace are on the offensive this time. And again, it's going to be interesting because this isn't the strongest Crystal Palace side, is it, Marcel?
Yeah, but we're working on literally just defending the counter-attacks, I think. We should be the dominant force right now. Sancho, good pass into Bruno. So I'm just looking forward to see how we deal with that. You know, we'd seen against Melbourne, you know, straight away also almost a counter-attack conceded and a goal conceded. So looking for just consistency in terms of defending these counter-attacks, making sure you're focused on your runners, and then when you get into the final third, clever passing. A little bit of defending as well that we'd just seen just before we got back on from Maguire as well. So looking forward.
And also as well, it must be said, it's going to be a different kind of test, I think, because you think about it, when we played Liverpool, you know what they're going to do.
Yes.
High press from the front. When we played Melbourne, what they did was complete sit back, low block. Palace, they played quite expansive football, actually, more expansive than I think, you know, they got credit for last season. I mean, I was one of those people, must be said, Patrick Vieira, when he got announced as the Palace manager last season, I thought they were going to get relegated. Yeah. I really did. And then I think he proved a lot of people wrong. Here's Man United on the attack again. Martial dispossessed. What have you made of Martial first couple of games?
Very, very, very good start at the moment. You know, linking up very well. Back to goal, good. So it needs to start that and keep carrying it on throughout the rest of the games. But like you said, you know, Vieira done his work at New York City, I believe it was, or in America, comes here and done very well.
He went to New York City and then he went to France. He was manager of Nice for a little bit, and I don't think it particularly worked out great there. It was quite surprising that he was named the manager of Palace. You know, Premier League job's a big job.
Exactly.
You know, a lot of people want it, especially coming into the job that he was coming into. That was a foul throw. You know what annoys me, actually? Now I'm in an annoyed mood today. Foul throws in professional football. You see so many of them, don't you?
Yeah, but...
Do you remember Sunday League or when you're younger playing 7-a-side?
Get stopped.
I remember doing throw-in training all the time.
Yeah, turnovers.
You know, feet on the ground. No, not have 1 foot off the ground as well. Behind the back of the head. You watch a professional football match, you will see at least 2 or 3 foul throws per game. It's ridiculous.
Is it a big thing, though, part of the game? Like, what do you think?
It should be. It should be. That if you're... I think the only reason it annoys me is because I remember as a youngster it being like proper, like you play Sunday League football, you get these proper like jobs worth referees that will be like, you'll do a friend, they'll be like, your foot was that much off the floor.
Yeah. Other team
get the throw. You never see that in the Premier League, and I feel like the only reason you don't is because it's embarrassing.
Yeah. I don't think there's like, as long as it should. To be fair, you should be doing it properly, but I don't feel like it's a big part of the game.
We're 9 minutes gone, nearly 10 minutes into the game. Still 0-0. Good through ball that by Fred. It's Martial once again. It's a good save. He's onside.
Yep. Nice little
through ball by Fred there as well.
Nice reverse pass by Fred, and then Martial through on goal. Plenty of chances though for strikers. That's what you want, is to get them opportunities on the goal. On the goal. So
absolutely, ball over the top here.
Great control from.
Good control by Bruno. Bruno passes it once again to Rashford. Bruno number 8 as well. It's going to take a bit of getting used to, isn't it?
No, fits perfect. I think you end up being with the 6/8 alongside De Jong for me, to be honest with you, and then you maybe put Eriksen.
Still confident De Jong's going to happen, then, are you?
Yes. and then you know, Eriksen as the 10 or Donny. Once the team kind of catches up with what Donny's trying to do and create, you know, then Donny.
We're seeing this pass once again. He actually gets fouled, Fred. It's a nice free pass. I tell you what, that Palace defender was so deep. He was so not in line with his defenders. Martial, it's a good save by the goalkeeper.
It is. It's kind of lucky. He's
Doesn't
kind
know
of
a
turned
lot
away
about
from
it.
Yeah, he's turned away from it. He's shocked. Look how shocked that he's missed.
Look at that. Pure emotion by Anthony Martial. Keeper might be hurt, and he might have hurt his hand.
Yeah.
Like you said, it was a weird one because he comes out, spreads himself, and he doesn't actually know anything about it.
See, I only think Manuel Neuer, Alisson does it as well, but you need to focus on the ball all the way through that motion. It's a brave thing to do because you can get hit in the face.
Well, that's what he does, because I think he turns away because he thinks he's going to get smashed in the face.
Yeah, you need to be keeping contact and, looking at that just to know where it goes. Obviously, you're doing the right thing, closing the angle, making yourself look big. But if you're looking at it, then little injuries like that don't happen.
He saved it. That's all that matters.
True.
JP87M, one of the UV members, should have got those finger saves. I had them as a kid. Finger savers in the gloves.
I don't know what that is.
Do you not know what that is?
No. I know goalkeepers used to tape their fingers.
No, so finger saves are gloves that you get, and basically on each of the fingers there is this bit of plastic, so it stops your fingers bending back.
Wow. Does that help when you're looking for long throws, counter-attacks?
I had them as a kid,
yeah,
and I think that was purely because just to stop me breaking my fingers. But as I got older, I can't remember what age I stopped using finger saves.
Tape, maybe?
I used to never tape my fingers unless if I played with like a broken finger, I would tape it.
Yeah.
But I used to tape the wrist like he has there.
Yeah.
But the finger saves, I think, are just good for youngsters, so you don't get your fingers bent all the way back. As I got older, I wanted more feel of the ball, more control of it.
Yeah.
Because the only thing is, what you say with fingers is like they are quite rigid. Like, sometimes you do want a bit of extra movement in your hands.
Yeah, for them counter-attacks, the throws and just, whatever.
But I would recommend to youngsters, get some finger saves. Yeah, protect your fingers. You don't want to end up when you're older and you've got all messed up fingers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's not nice. Breaking your finger hurts.
Never experienced it. Never broken any bones, to be honest with you.
Really?
Never.
I thought you were a winger. I thought people are coming in on challenges.
No, my legs are absolutely scarred up, but I no broken any bones. Quite tough as well. So.
Oh, is that why?
Yeah. Quite tough as well.
That's why.
Quite
tough.
Nah, very tough, in fact. So I'm usually quite good.
It's only been for me fingers and toes. I never broken anything major. Fingers and toes all through football. Fingers a lot. That does happen quite a bit. And they get all green and all that kind of stuff. It's not nice.
Nah. Please, touch wood. There's nothing.
Yeah.
Injury-free.
What's the worst injury you've had?
Tendinopathy. So
what's that?
The tendon the tendon underneath the patella, which is like the kneecap.
Right.
Underneath, there's like a tendon that connects it to the tibia, maybe. I think it is tibia. Yeah, the bone just on the shin bone.
Right.
Shin bone. So that tendon there, just a little bit of damage to it. That's all, and I was fine. Yeah, maybe like 3-4 months, 6 months out of football, couldn't touch a ball. Sad, depressed, but then you just do a little bit of leg work, and stuff like that, and then you're back on the pitch.
Me and Marcel were having a fun conversation about fruit.
Oh yes.
Before we started. Before we lived in the reality of this TV being the biggest ginormous pain in the arse ever.
Yeah.
We were having a nice conversation about our favourite fruits.
Yeah.
Well, Marcel was naming lots of fruits that I don't like.
Yeah, we're bringing fruits, guys. Friday. We'll bring in fruits Friday.
Yeah, Marcel's going to bring some food in on Friday that I'm going to have.
So many fruits that Owen doesn't. Well, let me ask you again then.
Go on.
Because they're having a little break at the moment.
Yeah,
about to start. But
off,
mangoes, yes or no?
The mangoes. I mean, if I had them, I would probably like them. Ball over the top here. United looking to deal with it. I like mango flavoured. I don't like mangoes.
Yeah. See.
And that goes straight to David De Gea. De Gea playing again today, Marcel.
Good news. I mean, he hasn't been poor. I just don't like his long passing at the moment. And I've said before, I'm going to give him a season. Guys.
I prefer that kit as well.
That
kit, that goalkeeper kit is way better than the blue one.
I can agree to that.
With the Tipex.
I prefer the red kit still, though, but I can agree that for David De Gea, that one looks a bit bad. But I'm going to give him a season, guys. I still believe...
Well, here he is now with the ball at his feet. What's he going to do? Happy with that?
Yeah.
There you go. That was a nice little ball to Terrell Malacia. Headed on. Man United win a free kick.
Yeah, that was good, man. That was good.
There you go.
Listen, I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt, guys. There's a amount of times that I've seen him play for the club and give good displays. It's just that passing range is not good enough for me, I don't think. But we'll give him a season to work on it, man. I think Ten Hag believes in him.
As you've agreed, it's not the priority right now.
Yeah.
That's the situation.
Yeah, so looking forward.
And again, another good pass, David De Gea. Every single time. Every single time he passes it, I'm going to be like...
It's Maguire that I need to look at more so now. I mean, it was very underwhelming last season, his passing range.
Well, he was underwhelming in the last game in general.
Exactly. So,
but even now, so he's on the ball now. He looks uncomfortable immediately.
Yeah,
you can just tell.
Yeah, it's
Here's De Gea once again.
Never long pass from De Gea.
That's fine.
Okay.
That was a good pass.
Okay, yeah, little 1-2 combination. Who's that? Bruno on the ball? No, was that Delo? Delo's looked all right this preseason, And it's preseason and it's halves. They're only getting 45-minute displays, but Delo's really come strong. I mean, I don't like him defensively, but just patterns of play, connection, creativity.
Good pass by David De Gea.
Yeah, the build-up's good, man.
I'm fine with that. There's Maguire to Terrell Malacia.
I just think against Liverpool I don't think he played against Melbourne. De Gea.
No, didn't play.
But against Liverpool, I just didn't like the long passing from him. But
this is good build-up by Manchester United. Yeah. This isn't, I guess, what we're completely used to.
And patient
build-up, absolutely. There's a good pass. That's McTominay now on the ball. Gives it back to Anthony Martial. Classic Martial, short sleeve shirt, gloves on. He means business.
Yeah.
That's his look.
Martial increasing
Bruno's
the tempo.
quite far out on the left. That's a couple of times, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's quite interesting from him.
I think we'll end up seeing him there or just in that build-up phase and in the midfield, that 6/8, I think, throughout next season, especially when Eriksen comes good. Because we know what he can deliver, man. He has to be on the pitch.
Kara says, Marcel, what's your favourite fruit?
Oh, that's a good question.
It is a good question. Marcel, I think, is quite diverse when it comes to fruit.
Yes. We're going to get to this. We're going to see on Friday it is, yeah?
Yeah.
I'm going to bring some fruits, man, for you. It's got to be watermelon, pineapple, or mango.
Nice little switch there by Malacia.
Yeah. This is
ball into
again.
the box.
Oh, that's a good pass.
That's a goal. It's 1-0. Nice build-up goal. Anthony Martial. 3 in 3. I tell you what, he's making a bit of a statement, isn't he? Because to be honest, he scored there. That should be his second of the game. He should have scored. The keeper went off through an injury for his first goal. He had it so hard. But nice build-up play by Manchester United. Nice switch by Terrell Malacia. I think it's Dalot. Puts the ball into the box. He's looked up. Dallow's up for it.
He's up
giving
for
it that.
He's passionate.
Look at this. Here's the switch by Malacia. It's actually his right foot.
Yeah.
Good touch by Dalot.
Nice cross.
And I tell you what, is that an assist for Diogo Dalot?
Yes, it is.
KG,
maybe just about offside.
KG's been talking about Amazon Prime and saying, oh, Amazon Prime, Diogo Dalot, where's the assist? There's one.
Yes.
Pre-season one. Good touch on the chest by Martial. I tell you what, keeper was terrible.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter. It goes in, and it's 1-0 to Manchester United. Pre-season, I want to say dominance. That's a bit much.
I got a question for you.
Do it.
So do you switch Martial for Ronaldo when Ronaldo comes back in?
Well, at the
20
moment,
goals a season, man, or on-form striker.
At the moment, how many games has Ronaldo played in pre-season?
0.
He played 0. So just by definition, if Ronaldo comes back and joins the squad, let's say when they return off the tour, you would still say Martial should start the season because he's played more games.
Yeah.
Whether or not that happens. Look at him. Martial's smiling.
But this is a 20-goal season, man. Like I said before in the last stream that we done, nobody wants him, but we kind of need him. All the other teams in the top 6 have maybe a 20 goals a season, man. I mean, maybe not Arsenal, but definitely Spurs, and maybe not Chelsea as well, but Spurs, Liverpool and Mo Salah, Haaland, reputation is maybe that. So, we kind of need one, and Ronaldo would definitely be in that list. But Martial, like we're saying, it's just picking up the right positions. Got in earlier, okay, saved, but again, goal now. Got in and scored 2. Out of 2 chances, one goes in. So
and getting into those positions.
Yeah,
that's the key thing. He's getting into those positions to have those opportunities in on goal, and he's scoring them.
Yeah, man, and
he's scoring them.
I think Malacia added a little bit more dynamism to it. Right-footed cross as well, like you were saying. So just positive signs, man.
Fullback to fullback to striker.
Fundamentals. I mean, fullbacks are going to be very important for us next season. I think he might want to go into the market again for one. I don't think Wan-Bissaka's going to be cutting it, and Ethan Laird's not there yet. So
no, I agree. I think you would say Dallow's the starting right back at the moment.
Yeah.
But that's not to say that he is comfortable by any stretch of the imagination. I think if we sign another right back, I think he's not just looking over his shoulder. He might be looking over that player's shoulder, depending on who it is. Here's United again on the counter-attack, but McTominay drives forward. Man. Here's Bruno, through ball. Just blocked out. Unlucky.
Yeah. I mean, you're right. And we would want to upgrade on Delo anyway. That's maybe the benchmark out of what we have here. So you want to upgrade on him to push him. But right now, I just really like the combinations that him and Sancho are finding. Sancho very creative on this right-hand side. And I've got I was adamant that he was going to be the left-sided player. But, a lot of people were saying, Sancho's better on the right at Dortmund. I would disagree, but just the display so far right now, very creative. Because it was bums of seats moments for us on the left last season.
Yeah.
But, he's been really good on the right so far.
Odessa says, hey guys, Liverpool fan here. United looking a lot better so far under Erik ten Hag. I reckon you guys I wasn't even looking.
Good save. It was a very good save.
I reckon you guys are going to have a decent season. All the best. Appreciate that.
Yep, and on game week 3, appreciate it as well once we pick up the 3 points.
Exactly. It's Pouch says, CR7 walking back in the team with no preseason sends the wrong message to the players, in my opinion. I think that is a good point, isn't it? And I think that was a point that was made out during one of the shows we did the other day, wasn't it? Where you say that, of course, Cristiano Ronaldo is the best striker we've got. Of course. You don't question his quality, even at 37, 38. But he hasn't trained preseason. He's keeping himself in good shape. Ten Hag said that. But walking back into the side sends a certain point. Ball into the box from Crystal Palace from a corner, kind of flicked away by, it might be Maguire. And Palace going to try and get it back in.
Good block, corner.
And another corner once again.
But you've said it before, though, Owen. I mean, what happens? Cameras all on Erik ten Hag and Ronaldo once he's on the bench, first game of the season. I've said also that, if he's staying, there's positive. If he goes, there's positives. But that's a big decision to make first game of the season. You're saying that Ronaldo's been in shape, but he just hasn't been part of the team. And
if he's back in the squad by then, he might not. He still might be in Portugal.
That's true.
We don't know.
Yeah.
Here's another corner for Crystal Palace. Dallo was down a second ago. He got a football in the nether regions, which hurts. Flick on, and it's a goal kick. That does hurt, doesn't it?
Yeah.
We've all been there.
Yeah, that's horrible.
We've all been there.
That's
it does
horrible.
hurt. That and the cold sort of winter day football to the face.
Yeah.
Ooh, it does hurt, doesn't it?
Yeah, that one's horrible. Or when free kicks, if you're in the wall and it hits you in the face, it's not nice as well.
I've had it before where the ball hit me so hard in the face, it left a Nike logo imprinted. Because the ball was a little bit flat. So it left that, or when someone leaves a stud in on you, and then it bruises. It bruises. If you've got Nike studs, it will leave the tick. A little message.
The old footballs as well, the ones that are peeled off, it's worn in your face as well.
Yeah, they hurt. They do hurt.
Yeah.
That's the worst, isn't it? When, say, you're playing in the playground at school, football to the face, everyone laughs, and you have to laugh, but you're like, actually, it really hurts. It really hurt. Yeah. It's not nice. And your face does this thing where it feels like it's completely disfigured.
Yeah, and numb.
Yeah, exactly.
And numb.
You don't know the damage. You're like, oh, my goodness. It's just... There's a Crystal Palace player down.
Holding his face, funny enough.
Yeah, I think it might be Jordan Ayew.
Yeah.
McTominay. I do like the white kit.
It's nice.
It is nice.
I prefer the red still, I can't lie. Good tackle. Big, heavy challenge, but he's won the ball. He's just gone over it a little bit. Actually, no, am I wrong there?
I don't know. From that angle. I'm not sure how much of the ball he actually won with that one.
I mean, these kind of players, McTominay, not technically gifted, but they're useful in those kind of games where you have to kind of be strong and break up play. That's the only, he's good in a squad. He's good part of a squad. And I think you should keep him on.
Well, that's what he's in there for.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
Yes.
Throwing tackles in, not necessarily winning them, but a bit of bite in the midfield. I mean, again, this is a 4-2-3-1 once again. Which, I mean, how often does Erik ten Hag have to play it before we realise that this is the formation he's going to play this season as well?
I hope not a few more. I really want that 6 and 2/8. But if it is this, then it's definitely, there's passing combinations. The play looks fluid at times. It also doesn't look fluid at times, but maybe that's just the personnel.
What did you think of him saying yesterday? Because he basically openly admitted, maybe not that we're going after Frankie de Jong, but he openly admitted, we're looking for that holding player.
The right player.
It's a right player. It's a specialist player. Yeah. Basically, sort of saying, justifying why United are still pursuing with Frankie de Jong by essentially saying there's only a select amount of people that can do it.
Yes.
And that's basically him saying, in my opinion, there is the one guy out there that's the best, and I want the best guy. Therefore, I'm pursuing that guy. But what was interesting is he also said, but if we can't get that player, we'll train someone for that position.
Yeah.
And I looked at that and said...
Zidane.
I was thinking, who in that United side is that person you train for that position?
Zidane.
But, you think so?
But I've been saying it, guys. We have to just be patient with this. And it's because your manager wants this player. Not even just I'm positive about the quality of the player, what he's going to add to our team.
Rashford into the box.
Yeah.
Headed out for a corner.
But, it's Ten Hag wants the player. We have to be patient that this deal will get done. I'm pretty sure Man United have other targets, like I've been saying. And we will go for those if there's completely no hope. We wouldn't be taking this long searching for the player or pursuing this player if Ten Hag didn't believe that he could come.
Short corner by Bruno. Martial chips it into the box.
Yeah.
He had a lot of time there, didn't he?
He did.
Fred wins it back
Fred
nicely.
could be someone that you teach in that position, by the way.
Really?
But no, but it's what you have.
Why'd you say it then?
But it's what you have.
Why'd you say it then?
It's what you have.
There's
You
no
have
way.
to deal with the tools that you have, and he seems. Oh, Malacia's looks a bit.
Malacia's got a bit of a limp. Unfortunately, Marcel, I disagree with you because there is no way. There is no way that Fred can do what Frankie de Jong can do.
No,
Does
he's
not
a
have the
very
range of
unique
passing.
footballer.
Does
He's
not
a
have the
very
range of
unique
passing.
footballer. He's a very unique footballer, Frankie de Jong, and fantastic. And you know, if we're talking about someone that's way past him in terms of ability and does what he does, it's Iniesta. But I don't know. There's no more Iniestas in the world right now, and Frankie de Jong, I don't know any player that's
Can
similar to
Eriksen
him.
do it?
That's a good question. No, I
I
don't
would
think
say
so.
Eriksen could do that. Do the Frankie role.
But you got to passing. Yeah, but you got to drive through the midfield with this ball.
I attempted chip there by Fred.
Fred by
I
Fred.
mean, maybe. It depends how dynamic you want that defensive midfielder to be,
Yeah.
I suppose, that holding midfielder.
Yeah.
I didn't even really like saying, ball in the box here from Palace, deflected over the bar, Palace have a corner. It depends how dynamic you want them to be. In my mind, I could see a Christian Eriksen doing an Andrea Pirlo role.
Yes.
I can see him doing that.
Yes.
Because Pirlo, when he played in that sort of deep-lying role, he wasn't driving forward or anything like that.
Yes.
He wasn't doing that at all.
Yeah, I agree.
But, you know, I
But
don't
he
know.
wants that person to be able to carry the ball, and Frankie de Jong's really good at that. So, I'm not sure. I don't know. I think you could also put maybe Scott in the central defensive middle position is not great, but he's someone that can carry the ball as well. I don't know. You'd have to get somebody to do
Ball
it.
whipped in, headed away. Oof.
Maguire with a header.
Maguire with a header once again. Here we go. His Palace player looks to whip it in. Flicked away by Dallo, I think, that time.
Yeah. Haven't seen much of Rashford yet, but it's early.
It's still early days, you're right.
Yeah.
And then cleared once again. Thank you very much. But what have you thought so far? What's your thoughts?
Good so far. I mean, quite balanced in terms of what's happened. We've had the better set of chances. David De Gea, good save early, good passing range early. Malacia just seems like he adds a lot of energy, a lot more dynamism, a lot more mobility to the side compared to Luke Shaw. Delo is effective in the final third and reasonably good in terms of defensive ability. Sancho, of course, again looking sharp. Martial's had 2 chances. One of them's gone in, so and he's picking up good positions as well. He's very good at link-up play. The midfield and in particular, Bruno has been okay. He's picking up a lot of positions on the left side of the pitch, though, Bruno.
We've actually got it up on our big TV now. Again.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah. It's technology. Technology, folks.
Yeah.
I tell you what, me and this TV... We are on
Best friends.
We are on shaky ground.
Nah, best friends now. It's up.
We are on shaky ground today.
Nah.
What did I
Forgiven.
say? What did I say as well before when we were nearly there and you went, it's already done, fixed.
Don't jinx it.
And I said, don't jinx it.
I never look. It's up now. It's up. Just like the Frankie de Jong deal, at the beginning, shaky grounds, and then he's gonna join, and everything's gonna be great.
Oh, you are something else, Marcel.
He's gonna join. Everything's gonna be great.
His
We're gonna be happy. Forgiven. Everyone's gonna forgive
I'm
him.
trying to change subject because I just can't handle it. I can't handle the jinx with you. Here's Dallo. Harry Maguire gives it to McTominay. I'm surprised how much room United have actually got in midfield.
It's just because
It's not actually a super
very
intense
nice
press.
turn.
That's a foul.
Very nice turn by Malacia. It's just because they're all confident with the ball. They're all playing, the pass straight away when you see the player open, and players have to kind of move around to cover the ground that they're chasing the ball. Look, very nice by Malacia.
Been down a couple of times though.
Yeah.
He?
Welcome. It's a bit physical.
I tell you what, I think seeing the players going down though, Varane. That is a worry. We've had 3 pre-season fixtures. Yes, he played the first 45 in the first game, and that was a shock because he didn't train before that, and everyone went, "Oh, what's going on with that?" Misses the next one, misses the one after that, not in the squad. That is a problem.
Yes.
That is a problem.
Yes,
and
it is.
I'm not saying they cut loose on him or anything like that. I think that's too big of a thing to say.
Too early.
But that is when we're talking like the other day, we're talking about who's going to partner so and so. Ideally, it'd be Varane. But when's he going to be available?
You can't trust that man to play 2 games, 3 games a week. You can't do it.
Or even one.
Yeah.
Let alone that number.
Yeah.
One.
So it's very difficult. But he's a class centre back. I mean, so when he is available, you want him to play. Lindelof might shock us this season.
Possibly. Ball bouncing around in the Palace box there. Hooked away.
And I do think, he gets to go ahead above the other options. Like I said, oh no, it's just Tony.
Yeah, Anthony Martial's down. You're really, Martial means business when he's got the short sleeve and gloves.
Yeah.
It's classic.
Yeah.
It's classic Martial. He's holding his face.
He's older now. He's more matured to the game, so it should be a good season now coming in.
Well, I'll talk about someone that's got a point to prove. I mean, the biggest point to prove, realistically, I think if there had been actual offers for him earlier on in the transfer window, he'd probably be gone at this point, let's be honest.
Yep.
If there were proper offers for him in January, he'd have been gone.
Yeah. Football in the face that he was talking about. He just got the ball hit in his face.
Is that it? But that wasn't like a massive one.
Massive one now, but it's in the eye though.
In the eye.
But yeah, like you said, the circumstances meant that we're keeping him. Ten Hag said he wants him, and he's playing very well right now. And we've seen a fluid. Oh look, Ten Hag's giving him instructions.
Yeah, Ten Hag's giving instructions to Malacia. Malacia, he looks quite upset, doesn't he, Malacia?
I like this. I like when a manager's talking technical to a player and just teaching him and it's theory that they're talking before and ideas, and I like when that happens.
My favourite example of that is, I believe Manchester United were playing at the San Siro against AC Milan. Johnny Evans was playing, and Sir Alex Ferguson, who, bear in mind, wasn't on the touchline that much. It was the other people. It was Mike Phelan, Reddy Malastine,
sign of a serious leader.
Carlos Queiroz, whatever. Alex Ferguson came on the touchline and absolutely lost his effing mind at Johnny Evans. He went mental at him. And
I love that kind of stuff.
Amazing.
Yeah, I love that kind of stuff.
You saw a glimpse of what the hairdryer truly was. He went mental at him. And I was like, good.
I would never want to be a manager, but boy, it just, trying to get players to understand what you're trying to create on the pitch. Sometimes you got to lose it because they're just not doing it.
And, as they say, it's not always the best players that make the best coaches. Of course, there are good coaches that have been great players. Zidane, Ancelotti, Didier Deschamps.
Yeah.
But sometimes the best coaches aren't people that are the best players because it takes something different.
Yeah.
Palace on the attack here.
Man management's a big part of it.
Absolutely.
Or overhit.
Overhit goes out for a goal kick.
Let's see what you got, David. How do you to say that?
33 minutes gone. Still Manchester United 1, Crystal Palace 0. Anthony Martial 3-3. It's a massive stadium, the Melbourne Cricket Ground.
Yeah.
100,000.
Do you think, Manchester United need a new stadium? Do you think we'll be going in that direction? We're 75,000, the biggest stadium in the country. I think is Wembley, 90.
I said before,
95
and I got a bit of criticism for this. I said, if you're going to knock... I don't have a problem with knocking Old Trafford down.
Yeah,
I really don't.
Please don't say what I think you're going to say, but go on.
Well, I don't have a problem with it being knocked down.
No. I appreciate that. It's a very idyllic stadium. It's iconic. I would never, let me have my children and then you can knock it down after that.
The expansion situation is what it is. You can't really expand that much more. I think they can probably expand maybe like 5,000.
Yeah.
Manchester United are one of, if not the only club in England, certainly, that every week could probably fill up 100,000 stadium.
Yes.
They could.
Yes.
I'm talking 3:00 games as well.
Yeah.
They absolutely could. You can't do that at Old Trafford. Now, if it does mean moving the site slightly, stadiums move and stadiums change. It's the same with badges. There's always an outrage to change. Every single time. Look at any football badge throughout history. Yeah, that badge doesn't look exactly like how it started.
Correct.
It used to say Manchester United Football Club at the bottom. Things change and people get really angry with change. Here's Sancho, cuts it back, and it gets cleared away.
Who's that?
People get really angry with change, but eventually, if it's for the positive, which would be getting more fans into Old Trafford, generating more revenue.
Yes.
Now, the question would be whether the Glazers spend that revenue on improvements at United, or they just goes into their pocket.
They've been saying that there might not be enough money for all those kind of things, isn't it? Richard Arnold in that famous kind of interview at the pub was saying, unfortunately, there might not be money for big renovations in terms of training ground and stadium and that kind of thing, but there is money for transfers right now. So that would be something to look at. But I thought you was going to say something, Owen, in terms of where we would be allocated or where we would go to in the event of Old Trafford being...
We'd have to go somewhere, wouldn't we?
Yeah, and I thought you was going to come up with an idea that I was hoping you wouldn't say.
Palace are on the counter-attack, good defending.
Fred header.
Flicks it away.
Bruno's coming out with the football now.
Bruno's going to deal with that. No, I genuinely...
You haven't got any suggestions?
I know some people do have a problem with knocking it down because they'll go the history and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, the Munich tunnel, all of that.
And that absolutely is true. It is true history, but lots of stadiums had history. Yes. And people had to move on.
You're right.
You know, Arsenal, Highbury, White Hart Lane, and people will say, well, they're not Old Trafford. Fair enough. Wembley. They smashed Wembley down and had to rebuild it.
Yes, they did.
You know, that's just that is football. That is life.
So you're in the idea of we should just bring it to smash it down. But where does Man United play
if you could say, oh, we're going to get this, state of the art 100,000 stadium, then and it benefited Manchester United. Yes.
I agree with you. I agree with you. I don't want it to get... I just love this stadium. Every time I go there, I feel like we're going to pick up 3 points.
Although my concern would be, under this ownership, if they knock down Old Trafford and rebuild a 100,000 stadium, we ain't buying a player for like 5 years. Because there is no way they'll be like, yeah, we're happy to get that kind of money ourselves. Yeah. Granted, it would be sponsors and all that kind of stuff. But then again, what does the new stadium get called? Is it Old Trafford? Or is it
New Trafford?
Or is it the, is it the Aon Stadium? Because imagine if it comes into that.
I think they would want to keep it the same. Old Trafford, it has to, I don't know. But my point was, where do you think we play, If for a season, if you do knock it down, where do you want to play?
Do a Real Madrid, play at the training ground for a season. I'm not going to the Etihad. Or
exactly. Thank you. That's what I was going to say. But I was thinking...
Rashford ball in. Oh, unlucky.
Rashford coming into a bit more, just had a shot wide maybe 3 minutes ago and across now, Martial, and again, just picking up them right spaces as forward. Yeah. Getting beyond the defence and getting in between that space between the goalie.
It's a nice ball.
Yeah. It's a good cross. It's a good cross, by Rash.
Or you'd probably say the goalkeeper, though. Claim that.
Yeah.
But I like that from Rashford. Still 1-0 to Manchester United. But yeah, I'm not thinking stadium share or anything like that.
Yeah, no way. I was thinking Wembley, though.
Yeah, but you're going to get people travel from
Manchester.
Yeah,
no, people were saying that. No way. I'm not travelling. I did hear that when I brought it up. But again, 100,000 seat stadium, I think is worth it if you're going to make that change.
and that's not to say idea. That's not to say that I would recommend that the stadium name changed or anything like that.
Yeah.
But those conversations would be had.
I mean, renovations,
especially if it's on a different site, that would be the concern, wouldn't it?
Yeah. I just want to know where we're playing for the year, if it is a year to build 100,000. Things have to, they want to add more seats to the Sir Bobby stand, but that's maybe a bit difficult.
You're also limited because of the train line as well.
Yes.
So I think that's the problem, isn't it? Is they've nearly expanded everything they possibly can.
Yeah. Especially from Sir Alex days at the beginning, anyway.
And then it comes back to or do you just update it? Do you just renovate it? Do we keep it the same size? Maybe add on a little bit more to get it to 80 or something like that. But let's modernize it.
Yeah.
Let's actually fix it up. Because it is old. Like when you walk through it, you go to sit down, you've got someone's knees in your back.
Yeah.
There's no Wi-Fi in there. Yeah. And I know people will go, oh, first world problems. But you go to other stadiums, that's not an issue.
Yeah.
Corner for United, keep
Lindelof
punches away a little bit. Bruno, I don't know what that was.
Oh, yeah.
Fred puts it back into the box. Maguire's got the ball at his feet. Does quite well, actually. Yeah. There's Malacia. It's back to Rashford. Sancho. He looks sharp. Look at him. Look at him go. Cuts it back. Oh, that is good play. He's
looking good, man.
Sancho.
He's looking really good. He's getting back there into the position out wide. Malacia would have never crossed.
Headed away once again. They're going to miss Conor Gallagher, aren't they?
Yeah, big time. I was really thinking there was an opportunity for Ghana to get in there and offer his services at Crystal Palace. A Premier League loan is what I think he needs now.
No Ghana on the bench again today, by the way.
Yeah. There was another player on there, but I don't know who's a different player.
Yeah.
But yeah, no Ghana again. Is Zidane on the bench?
Yes.
Yeah, he needs to.
I would hope and expect that he comes on.
Yeah.
In the second half.
And you know, Ten Hag, I think we'll see him in Premier League games. You know, I really do think I'd like to see him in Premier League games, but I do think Ten Hag might pick him for some Premier League fixtures. Zidane, he's really impressed so far.
I'm excited as well for when they return off the tour. That first, I don't know which one it will be because there's the bizarre thing of having those two friendlies back to back, the one in Oslo and the one at Old Trafford. But one of them is going to feature the debuts of Lisandro Martinez and Christian Eriksen as well. It was wild is that Ten Hag, when he was doing those interviews yesterday, he was even asked about Martinez's height.
Yeah.
And that's such a social media thing, isn't it? That people have made a massive deal out of that.
I think, you know, but social media is such a big... Oh, look, Martial connecting.
Ball into the box. Ooh.
Maguire with the shot, you know.
Hits the stanchion.
Yeah.
Behind the goal. But yeah, I thought it was the fact that he was even asked about that. What about Martinez's height? Yeah, come on.
You know, this man wouldn't have wanted him if it was an issue. Did you get it? So
he's the smallest centre back in the Premier League.
Interesting. Very interesting. But, you know, I always point to the likes of Fabio Cannavaro and these kind of centre backs that are tenacious, aggressive, understand position. That, you know, I'm hoping he'll do well in the Premier League. Martinez is yet to be seen anyway.
I'm not too concerned about it, to be honest. I'm not. Again, I think people that are... So some of the people that are saying that are people that, if he had signed for their club, it wouldn't have been an issue.
Yeah.
I've noticed that quite a lot on social media over the course of the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Or a week or so. Going, oh, he's rubbish, he's terrible. You're an Arsenal fan. Yeah. You wanted him. He was the greatest player alive 7 days ago.
I've seen Mascherano play centre-back. I've seen, you know, other players that are around his height play centre-back and be competent. And play with a taller player that would deal with the taller players. But in terms of getting out to players quickly and being aggressive, it's the likes of Mascherano, Fabio Cannavaro, these kind of centre-backs. There's plenty.
I'm not sure it's a total sellout at the Melbourne Cricket Ground this evening there. But imagine playing in front of 100,000.
Crazy.
What must that be like?
Crazy. I always think about, you know, because I think Barcelona got an open stadium and it's big as well.
Yeah.
So that must be crazy. 75,000 must be encompassing.
Yeah,
it's massive, man. And when they're against you, it must feel like, wow, this is difficult to play. So I would like to see 100,000 seat at Old Trafford or New Trafford, but you know
they can't call it New Trafford.
I don't know, man. I'm just saying whatever, really now. But I would like to see, you know, a new stadium. It does need a lick of paint. You know, Champions League music at times faint. You know.
It's going to be really faint this season, isn't it?
Yeah.
You're not going to hear
it. Yeah. Yeah, you know, sometimes problem with the electrics or the Wi-Fi and stuff like that. And
leaky
roof, you know, payment systems not working and stuff like that. So it is a bit old, but it's so iconic. It's so idyllic. It's so beautiful to be in and around the stadium. All the people rushing around before the game starts. It's nice.
Corner put in, keeper punches away. Goes back to Bruno. Fred once again.
Again. He just shouldn't do that.
Have you seen any more of the Ten Hag style or system in this first half? Because I was just thinking, I was like, I don't know if it's particularly still a lot different. You know what I mean?
A little bit. So these are the players that were playing last season. At times, they're going to revert back to type and something in between, you know. So it does. But we're keeping the ball more. We're keeping the ball more, which is a feature that wasn't really in our game last season. We were just trying to find ways to get through and in behind very quickly with the pressing, with the counter press, with the forward passing.
Oh, nice little flick on by Martial. That's back to Sancho. Cuts it back. Oh,
clever little pass.
Link-up play was nice.
Martial's very good at that. Just knows where his next pass needs to be, in and around his companions in the forward line and quickly into them.
He does look sharp. Martial, Sancho do look... They've got something about them. In that front three. Yeah. You would say Rashford's been largely quiet, but nice little link-up play there. Who knows? There's Martial.
Wow.
Pressing. Well, look at that. If that was De Gea, Marcel would have left.
That's David De Gea-esque, though. That's what I would say on it. But my gosh, that's poor, man. You can't. And honestly, goalkeeping, there's so much more to it than just saving the football. It just annoys me that people would think that you have to be good. This is football.
Agree. I don't. This is. We're going to get off on a tangent here. But it's not that I disagree with that. But the primary function. is to save the ball.
I still think it's not that, especially when you're.
It is so.
Especially when you're a possession-based team.
Hence, you're able to use your hands.
Yeah. Yes, but especially when you're a possession-based team, majority of the time you're going to be recycling the ball. You're going to be quintessential to it.
That's true.
But what you'll be doing most of is using your feet.
But your primary function is to save the ball.
Hence
why you wear gloves and stand in front of a net.
It's just part and parcel of what the game allows. It allows one of the players that should be using their feet, to use their hands. That's how I see it.
I agree with what you're saying in that. In a possession-based side, like, say, a City, Ederson probably spends more time with the ball at his feet as a sweeper, less of a goalkeeper. That is true. He is a sweeper with gloves on.
Yeah.
I've said that before. But his primary function is still, as a goalkeeper, is to be saving the ball. If he's not saving the ball, Pep would be furious.
Yes, but if he's not breaking lines, if he's not looking for counter-attacks, if he's not coming forward and pushing up with his defensive line to start these counter-attacks and give them just them nanoseconds more that they need. Because if he's all the way back on his line, it takes longer for that pass to come back, and then it takes longer for him to pass it out to the other side. I just feel like the primary function for a possession-based team from a goalkeeper is he has to use has to be so good with his feet. It's unbelievable, and for me, I think that it's with his feet, the primary function.
Even if that is the case, the De Gea slander last season then wasn't accurate because we weren't a possession-based team.
Yeah, but the opportunities that he did have to use his feet, very shocking. Look, they've gone through. No, they haven't got through.
He's been fine so far.
Yes, I'll give him that one season. I'm not going to say much. Only when I'm at the ground and I see something crazy, I'll mention it. But I'm going to believe in him, contrary to everyone's belief. I will give him the opportunity to show us. Yeah. And it depends what mood I'm in. It depends what mood I'm in, Owen. It depends what mood I'm in. I say
you were giving Eric Bailly the benefit of the doubt after 2 games, saying he should be starting centre back.
Not after
and
2 games.
And then when it said about De Gea, you went, well, we'll have to wait and see when it comes to the season.
Yeah, it's true.
When it's Bailly, we'll have to see his fitness record in the season.
That's true. Yeah, exactly. We have to see Bailly's fitness record, and I've seen good displays from him. And his defending. What the position requires is not in question. Whereas with De Gea, what the position requires is in question for me. So it's a different kind of thing that I'm grading here. Does David De Gea have the minerals to be the goalkeeper required for this team? I don't know yet. Does Eric Bailly have the minerals required to be a centre back in this team? I believe so. So I'm grading him a little bit differently.
So you're biased?
Yes.
You've got an agenda?
Yes.
That's what we've got to.
Yes. I think everybody does a little bit. I still have
their favourites.
Yeah.
It's difficult to remain impartial.
Yeah. We love the club.
But it's a strong principle. You should always try your best.
Yeah. Yes. That's the main thing, man. Trying your best. And again, he's showing that he's doing that. So I have to give him the benefit of the doubt.
We're nearly at half-time here. Or it should be half-time in a second. Still Manchester United 1, Crystal Palace 0. I think there's a little bit of extra time because of the goalkeeper substitution and all that kind of stuff, isn't there? Been quite a few injuries in the first half. So a little bit of injury time added on. At half-time, we're going to play our favourite game, which is either or, Marcel.
Is it to do with fruits?
It can be whatever. It can be whatever you guys want. So either or is whereby you just say, for instance, if we were talking about chocolate bars we had the other day, what was it, Snickers or Mars bar? Mars bar. Or you could say... What were the 2 fruits you offered me earlier on?
Pears or grapes. I'm just random between out of
that wasn't the food you brought with you, though, was it?
No, I bought watermelons and mangoes.
Yeah, and I would say at a push, probably mango. Honestly.
Okay, they're both fantastic.
But they're both.
Fruit. Yeah, they're both fantastic.
Yeah, we're playing that game at half-time.
No problem.
It's been quite an uneventful first half, to be honest.
Yeah, stale. And again, this is what you're going to get when it's Premier League opposition. It's just a bit different, the grade that they're bringing. And it would have been even more interesting if Eze was there, if Wilfred Zaha, very dynamic, direct player. It would be really even more interesting if they were part of it. But the defence has done well so far.
Yeah, I mean, they haven't had a ton to do, must be said. Yeah. And we haven't had a ton of chances, really. He had the Martial goal. One before that is the one that keeper went off with. Free kick, Marcus Rashford has a shot. Keeper saves, holds on to it quite well.
I can remember the Chelsea goal that Rashford scores from distance with a driven shot from distance. But
and there you go, half-time. Yeah. Manchester United 1, Crystal Palace 0. Anthony Martial scores his 3rd goal in as many games. The Palace players all surrounding the referee. They're not happy about something.
Complaining about a foul. It was something to do with Scott. Scott's come in there, great pressing on the young Phillips, I think one of Crystal Palace's players, but I think they weren't happy of how the challenge went in or something. And I think he called a foul to our team because Scott got there first, but Phillips has just not seen him, not checked his shoulders, and given a foul and tackled Scott. But
they need to get over it a little bit, to be honest, isn't they?
Exactly. It's
pre-season. Yeah, exactly.
100%.
Did you see the Mourinho thing the other day?
No.
So Roma were playing Sunderland, and Mourinho was so unhappy about some of the Sunderland tackles that he ran onto the pitch and said the game had to be stopped.
Jose Mourinho said that?
Yeah, and he's got a tattoo now. Have you seen his tattoo?
He's a rebel, man.
Mourinho's tattoo. I'll get it up. I won't tell you what it is. I'll get it up on my phone. And
I'm the special one.
And no, I think it's better. When I first saw it,
I'm so glad he's not.
I didn't believe it was real. I thought there's no way that's real. That is his new tattoo.
Ego at its highest form. A few players have those kind of things anyway, trophies and accolades that they've won. But he's the first manager to get all of the new European trophies available. So, okay, fantastic
so he's got it on
achievement.
his skin. So if you haven't seen it, the tattoo is Mourinho has a Champions League, a Europa League, and a Europa Conference League trophy tattooed on his shoulder about here.
Yeah. Serious achievement.
And in the picture, he's got his sleeve rolled up.
Yeah.
Just to,
rub it in.
I mean, look, if it's a historic achievement, right? He's the only guy to do it.
No one else of a world-class stature would want to do it anyway.
The problem is, I suppose, is that what happens in 10 years when other people have done it?
Who else? I don't think world-class managers would be in such a predicament where they're having to fight for the conference. Yeah.
You would think maybe it would go up. So you would start with the Conference League, and then maybe you win the Europa League, and then you get to the Champions League or whatever. But look, is there going to be anyone that does that?
Likes of Ancelotti, I'm thinking straight away. I just thought.
But Ancelotti's never done Europa League, has he?
Okay, well then there you go. But like you said, maybe staggering, brings the lower side into
Ancelotti. I don't think he has. I can't think.
I don't know. Straight away, my mind just went to him. I don't think any other manager in world football would. Pep's not going to do it. He wants superstars in his team.
And again, he's not doing Europa League or Europa Conference League settings, is he?
Yeah, exactly.
You are right. It is a bit of a weird flex, isn't it?
Yeah.
I was good.
Yeah.
That's basically
exactly. I'm just glad he's not in our team.
I used to be quite good.
I'm just glad he's nowhere near our side anymore.
Yeah.
I don't like his football.
Well, look, he was one of those people that. That he's achieved a lot.
Yes.
And I to be fair, and I wasn't the biggest Mourinho fan, but when Roma did win it a couple of months ago, I did feel quite good for him in the sense of there were people that have written him off, and I don't think he is what he was, and I don't think he's adapted or evolved over the course of the last decade, shall we say, but there is still something in him that if he goes to a club where they back him, he can deliver things, and it's another European final that he won. They've just signed Paulo Dybala. This season's going to be interesting for them, I think. Dybala, Abraham, they got some good players, Roma. I don't think they can win the league.
No.
But
once the players believe in him, it's backs against the wall mentality. We're fighting. Nobody likes us. And he can get results out of players. He's cultivated Tammy Abraham's game and made him a much more mature forward. But complaining about fouls against Sunderland, this man was
great.
This man, he's iconic in terms of what he does, his personality. But he was part and parcel of that kind of style of football, killing games, making it very difficult. Man marking systems. He's part and parcel of that. So to see it again in lower league and with Sunderland, I don't know, man. Theatrical, all of this kind of thing.
Anyway, guys, get your either ors in. As mentioned, they can be anything. You can compare crisps, you compare chocolate. It doesn't have to be food. It could be films.
Yes.
It could be music. I probably won't know what music is. Marcel probably will know.
Maybe.
Can be kits. Can be players. Can be anything.
Yeah.
Can be anything. It can be seasons. I got a bit of a negative response the other day, Marcel, that I said I prefer winter.
No, man. I'm born on New Year's, so I'm in the winter. But summer's better, I think.
Were you born on New Year's Eve?
Yeah, New Year's Day.
Oh.
The first. Yeah, the first of the first.
See, that to me must be quite frustrating.
Yeah, well,
your birthday gets sort of mixed in with other
celebrating with everyone. That's how I am, innit? I'm happy all the time. Celebration with everyone. Why not? So, but I don't really celebrate myself too much. But it's nice. Everyone's already happy.
Zyka Asprem. Absolutely butchered the pronunciation. I apologise. Says, great content lately. Thoughts on McTominay?
You go first, please.
He's all right.
Decent. I just think the technical ability is not what we require.
I agree.
a place within Manchester United's squad, passionate player, against physical sides, needed that kind of quality and that height. It helped us impose ourselves on the game. But just the quality level is not there in terms of technicality, long passing, short passing, creativity. He's not going to be the guy.
Saltfish Patty says, Mortal Kombat or Tekken?
Oh, both huge historical games. I like Mortal Kombat a bit more.
I've probably played Mortal Kombat more.
Yeah.
I can't say I played both of those games a lot, to be honest.
Yeah.
As a kid, I think we did have Mortal Kombat, so I played that quite a bit. I remember the really bad 90s movie, Mortal Kombat. I used to watch that a lot. You ever watch that?
No.
It was quite bad.
Was it good?
A-Bub says, watermelon or cantaloupe?
I don't know what cantaloupe is. If it's a fruit, I will look for it. If it's something
I swear you said cantaloupe to me earlier.
No.
Oh, no, you were saying something else, actually.
Was it papaya? Maybe did I say to you?
So you would go watermelon.
Tambourine.
Because you brought a watermelon.
Yeah, I did, yeah. 100% I would, yeah.
So you would go with that.
I've got one. Crash Bandicoot or Rayman. That's games.
Crash Bandicoot. Yeah, I played those quite a lot. My dad was furious with me when I was a kid over Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah.
Basically, he had a PS1.
Yes.
He had completed the game 90% of it. 90%.
That's important.
And you remember when you had a memory card and you would put it in and you would have maybe 6 slots
to
save the games in?
Only, and if you have to make that big decision of overwriting it.
I played maybe one level, overwrit his game. He was furious. And guess what? I lied. I said it wasn't me.
You said it's something default or something?
No, I just went up probably one of the siblings. I don't want me.
Oh, somebody
I would
else.
never
Gave
do
the
that.
blame.
Of course I would. I was the youngest, so never be. I was too, apple of my dad's eye. So I was like, well, it definitely wasn't me.
Which colour memory card did you have? Because there was the blue one, the light blue. You had different colours, grey, black.
I mean, eventually at one point, I think you might have had a bit of a crazy sort of see-through blue or green or something like that.
Yeah.
But what else have we got here? AB says he did not disown you, lucky Owen. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I was just one of those kids. What else have we got? Robinho or Ronaldinho?
That's a good question.
Is it?
Yeah, man, because
Ronaldinho all day.
For me, yes.
But then it does say on the end skill-wise. But if you're talking skills, Ronaldinho, come on.
That as well. But he's just the step over from Robinho is so iconic. That's that he mastered that skill, and just so wiry, very clever. I don't know, but it has to be Ronaldinho for me.
I like this one. Govin says Breaking Bad or Sopranos. That is a great one. Have you seen them?
No, I haven't seen Breaking Bad, but I think I've seen Sopranos. Which one would you pick? I haven't seen it.
It's like iconic television. I mean, people can have a go at me because I didn't know who that what's her name?
Lauren Hill.
Hill was. But Breaking Bad.
No, I don't have
Come
watched
on,
it.
Heisenberg.
No.
Say my name, Marcel.
No.
No?
No.
Oh.
Sorry, guys. Sorry.
Sopranos.
I haven't even watched Game of Thrones or
I haven't either, to be fair.
Or Power. I haven't watched
those either.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Then
yeah.
Sopranos.
Sopranos.
We're going to upset a lot of people today.
Yeah, well, Sopranos, though, you ever seen that?
No, I think I have. I'm not
What's
sure.
it about, then?
See, I don't know. But I'm pretty sure if someone put me in front of the TV and put a few minutes on or something, I might remember. It might jog my memory.
Sopranos is about a guy who is the head of a sort of the mafia family, one of the crime families in New Jersey. It's excellent. It's probably the best thing that HBO has ever done. As to what's better, I actually watched Breaking Bad first. It was only maybe a year ago I watched The Sopranos for the first time. I'd attempted to watch it before.
So pretty new to it then.
I would say... The thing is with Breaking Bad is the first couple of seasons are actually quite slow. And there's a lot of things you could drop out and go, I don't know. Sopranos is just good all the way through. But then Breaking Bad towards the end is spectacular. The last season is brilliant. I would say if you were going to add it all up, you would probably go with Sopranos. But it's very close. That's a very good one. That's a very good question.
I'll watch some of the Sopranos.
Yeah. Starlord says Big Bang Theory or Friends. I've never watched...
Big Bang Theory is really funny.
I've watched Big Bang Theory, but you know what? I've probably only watched a couple of episodes of Friends, ever.
These are two things I've actually watched.
Yeah.
They used to be on I can't remember what it was, but the same channel as Fraser and all that kind of stuff as well.
What, on the mornings?
Yeah.
On the T4?
Yeah, and Friends and all that.
Yeah, they're doing another series of Fraser. Do you know that?
Is it?
Yeah.
Do you know what I really like? Mr. Columbo. It's an old show about this.
Oh, it's not called Mr. Columbo though.
What's it called?
Columbo.
Columbo. Oh, it's really good. I actually love that show.
Mr.
I don't know, but Columbo's really good.
That's great. Yeah. When you see the person commit the crime first.
Oh, he's so funny.
He
knows
My wife loves you.
Like,
Of his jacket.
He's a legend.
Yeah. There's always.
But they're
an
doing a new
episode
season
of
of
Columbo
Fraser now.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, they're doing a new series of Fraser.
Wow.
And even that's a spin-off. Did you know that?
No.
It's a spin-off of Cheers.
Is it?
Yeah.
What's Cheers though? What is Cheers?
Cheers was like an old sitcom set in a bar, you know, and Fraser was a character in that.
Yeah.
And obviously it called Fraser. And then that spins off into that.
We're the same age, Owen, man.
I know. We've lived very different lives.
Yes, yeah.
But we get brought together through Manchester United, see?
Amen.
What else have we got here? Scrubs or ER? You know what? I can actually say Scrubs. I've maybe watched a couple of episodes.
No, I watched more Scrubs.
And ER I've never seen. That's the one with George Clooney, and I think
I've watched a lot of Scrubs, so I would say Scrubs.
Yeah, never seen that. Kev says SmackDown on PlayStation or No Mercy on Nintendo 64. No Mercy all day. It's the best wrestling game ever. Superman or Batman?
I don't like Batman's versus Superman film. It wasn't that great to me, but I think Superman's maybe better.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Batman all day. Red Baron with the super chat says Friends or Seinfeld. Seinfeld wins, obviously. You ever seen Seinfeld?
No.
It's brilliant. It's really good.
Yeah?
Classic, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to have to... What's it about?
What, Seinfeld?
Mm-hmm.
It's about nothing. That's the whole point. It's a TV show about nothing. Every episode doesn't really relate to each other.
A bit like that Black Mirror kind of...
No.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like it's just a sitcom. It's like, you know, it's funny, but there's no like overarching thing.
Okay, like a bit like Rick and Morty then. Is how it's always different.
But like it's
something's
real
going on.
It's just,
real life.
Just an episode. Yeah.
Okay, no, I'll look into that as well.
Big up to Rafa Antoine, who's been a member of the United View Members Club for 2 months. If you do wish to join the UV Members Club, you can do so by clicking the link in the video description or the pinned comment in the live chat as well. You get your badges, you get your emojis, you get your exclusive members-only content as well. People that have been members for 2 months are getting their green UV logos now. They do change colours, so I'm excited for everyone to get... I don't know what...
It's like Modern Warfare. Modern Warfare used to level up each time. Yeah.
Exactly. They say Sega Genesis or Nintendo 64. Do you ever play those?
I played Nintendo 64, but I haven't played the other one.
You never played a Sega?
No.
Oh.
No, man. I only got into...
I mean, they are a bit before our time, it must be said, but I used to have one.
Yeah, see, I played Sega once, but it was like PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, and really PlayStation 2 when it came into prominence. So I was playing like different kind of games like This Is Football, FIFA.
Oh, do you remember that?
Yeah.
This Is Football.
Yeah, FIFA, Shrek Super Slam.
Oh,
yeah,
what a game I have not heard that, Marcel.
Come on,
in
man.
Years.
Come on.
That was like Mario Party, basically, but Shrek.
Yes, man.
Oh, what a game that was.
Come on, man. Shrek Super Slam.
I used to badger my siblings so much to play that game, and they'd never play it with me.
We used to get the multi-adapter.
When you could do 4, but you could only actually have 2, so you have to put it in. Yes, Marcel. That is just
common ground, bro.
You've opened up some memories there. Welcome to Dex11, who is the latest member of the UV Members Club as well. UK or US office?
Not seen any of them, I'll be honest. Again, listen, there's a lot for me to do, man. I just
thought we had common ground.
There's a lot for me to do, Owen.
At least I would have said you've seen one. You've never seen the UK
again. Most probably, it's just when someone puts me in front of it, I'm like, yeah, I might have seen this. I know the character.
You've never seen the UK office?
No.
David Brent?
I don't even know who that is.
You've never seen the US office?
No. It's a bit like the NCIS or the NCIS kind of thing. There's like different ones, New York, this, that. I've watched all of them, but they're all the same thing.
It's not like CSI Miami or CSI New York.
That's it.
It's nothing like that.
I don't know. I would have seen a few of them, but I don't know the differentiation between.
The UK or US office is not like CSI Miami and CSI New York.
I don't know. I've not watched any of these things, man.
Oh God,
just football. That's it.
What else have we got? A lot of people are saying UK office all day. I would probably say, to answer that one, UK office is probably funnier, but US office is fun. To be fair, they're both very, very good. This is one. KG or Flex?
Flex, man, of course. Flex. It has to be
The
flex.
correct answer is they're both as good as each other.
No. There's clearly a difference. There's clearly a difference.
I can't believe you're saying that. That's got to come back to KG. You know it is.
Yeah, but KG's recently come into prominence as a different KG now.
What do you mean he's recently come into
KG was all vibes before. KG was fully vibes. Now this is like serious KG. And I like this KG. But Flex is always, level-headed, balanced, keeps the, both sides.
Wow.
It's good.
They're
both great anyway.
I'm
like
definitely not going to send this to him at all. You know me, I would never do anything like that.
I got love for both of them, man.
Oh, here we
it's
go.
not that serious.
Backtracking, immediate.
We had to choose one. It's either or. The game is called either or.
Wow.
So I'm just picking either or. That's it.
Wow. That's just wild. Rafa says the IT crowd or Fools and Horses.
Say that again, please.
The IT crowd or Only Fools and Horses?
I haven't watched it.
Any of them?
No.
What do you watch? You don't watch TV?
Not really, no. Football anyway. And I'm on YouTube.
I don't, but still, these are classics.
I don't really. I was always on the console playing games.
Yeah.
Or I was out playing football, or I was with my friends, or I'd be on YouTube watching stuff about the body and stuff like that kind of thing.
Or reading books.
Yeah, exactly.
That
That's another thing. Yeah,
true
yeah,
as well.
And reading books.
Marcel 10 books.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
Yeah.
What's the latest book you've read?
Daniel Craigie, How to Make Friends and Influence People.
Oh, they made that into a film, didn't they?
Is it?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. And then I'm reading a plant book as well at the moment about plants, house plants. It's called.
What, do you have any intention of growing some house plants?
No, we have loads in my house.
Oh, right.
But I'm just reading about just having more. I do not gardening, but we grow a lot of fruits in my house.
Right.
So I just want a couple more house plants. It's meant to be good just to have them in the house. I like the color green is slowly coming into prominence in my life. It used to be blue, now it's green. House plants. I just picked it up. Fat
Thor says he's watching De Gea videos only.
Me?
Yeah.
No, guys.
I think it might be sarcasm, mate.
Yeah, I know. I'm watching De Jong videos and a bit of Iniesta at the moment.
Yeah, I don't think, by the way, we're seeing the players come back out onto the pitch. What a stadium. Look at that.
Nice. Old Trafford ever look like that?
What, 100,000?
Yeah, but
that's just different styles, isn't it? That I mean, so you can tell it's proper cricket stadium as well, can't you?
Yeah.
The big lights and all that. But I don't think we've had a ton of subs in this half, which is quite interesting. He did say before the game, Ten Hag, this was going to be a situation where some of these players are going to play 60 minutes, so they're building up the fitness. So De Gea's still on, Fred's still on, Maguire's still on.
I mean, it was quite dull, so he's going to expect to see, a bit more. Any more comments? How many likes do we have?
Super chat from Red Baron says 99 United team or 2008 Champions League team.
We played a different formation, I think.
Yeah, but which one's better?
Which one's better? I really like Andy Cole, Dwight York, 99. Just the connection between the two is outstanding.
It's a tough one. It's a very tough one.
Yeah, and they just had so many leaders.
You would argue 99 because they won everything.
Everything.
Apart from the League Cup, but literally that season is the treble winning season. It's the pinnacle. 2008. I mean, ironically, the 2008 side is a great side.
Exactly. Yeah.
Is a really, really good side. And that season, they should have won the FA Cup, but they got knocked out at Old Trafford by Portsmouth. Rio Ferdinand had to go in goal the last couple of minutes. I remember that.
Yeah. I like the 2008 side a bit better in terms of the team that they had, but 99 side, man.
Yeah. You would go 99 probably. You have to, don't you?
Have to.
You have to. It's the benchmark. Marvel or DC?
Marvel.
Really?
Yes.
What in terms of films?
I think we said this before in our last stream. The cinematic universe of Marvel is really impressive. Now it's tailed off a little bit. Now they've gone into the new phases. And the new set of movies are a bit different. But I hope we get to see how they put everything together. But so far, in terms of just the product, the body of work, back in the day, DC I think used to be a lot better.
Have you watched the latest Thor film?
No,
I have.
Disclaimers? No.
Well, I would say no spoilers.
Yeah.
Obviously, but I thought it was okay.
Okay. I'm going to watch it anyway soon. So.
I thought it was okay. I wouldn't think it was good as Ragnarok.
Yeah. again, this is all from the last phases and stuff like that. And, you know, even the Eternals, when it's coming, I didn't really enjoy it too tough.
I felt that was harshly criticised. It's not great.
Yeah.
But this whole phase, I agree with you, apart from the Spider-Man film, all of them have been a bit...
I'm really hoping Black Panther's rejuvenates it a bit more.
Think it will.
No, you don't think so?
I don't,
and I don't think you're wrong as well. I hope that it will, but I don't think you're wrong. I got a
bit of a controversial statement about the first Black Panther film.
Rubbish?
I don't think it's that good.
I disagree heavily.
I don't think it was that good.
Unfortunately, I disagree with you.
No.
But I don't know. I think, like we were saying, all of the previous phase, I think we're about to start kicking off now.
Yeah, we're just about to kick off once again. Wait for the kickoff, then we'll continue that Black Panther conversation, because I've had this conversation a lot, and it's not good. It's all right, but it's not great. It's just not. The CGI in it is terrible, especially in that last fight.
Yeah.
And that's a proper Marvel issue at the moment. Some of the CGI is rubbish.
And
we're off. Second half's underway.
What are they playing, a 4-4-2 or are they playing a 4-2-3-1?
What, United?
Crystal Palace.
Or Palace?
Yeah.
Looks a 4-3-3, I think. Yeah. Looks to be a 4-3-3. United is a 4-2-3-1.
Yep.
Still 1-0 to Manchester United. Anthony Martial getting the opening goal of the game.
Is that Donny on the pitch?
Donny is on the pitch.
First teamers.
I will find the substitutions, because I'm sure that Manchester United will put them out. But yeah, the Black Panther film, I just wasn't a big fan. It's all right, but in terms of like people were, I think on like Rotten Tomatoes, where they got like 99% or whatever positive, and I was like, I disagree.
I think it's really good. I think it's really good, Owen, and I just think it's a really good film. No, there's nothing more for me.
It's a good in-depth review, that, Marcel.
I just think it's a really good film. That's it. There's nothing more to it.
I think it's really good.
That's it. I just think it's a good film.
Yeah, you should go into movie reviews. But I got told over the weekend, to be fair, by a lot of people that have watched the Miss Marvel TV series that is really good.
I saw an advert for this. And Miss Marvel's going to be a bit younger in this.
So there is only one change at the break, that being Donny van der Beek coming on for Scott McTominay in the middle of the park. Apart from that, it's an unchanged side, Marcel.
At last, Donny gets to go with the first teamers, and that means, people will play him when he's making the right moves. And he will get a lot more of the ball, and he'll feel a bit more part of the team. So hopefully, something was telling me that, or I'd read something that potentially he could be moved on, and
who, Donny?
And be swapped with Bentancur from AC Milan or things of that nature. But
I'd be very surprised if Donny went
exactly.
this summer.
Yeah.
I don't see that. He'll get a season, like you said about De Gea. I think he'll get a season. I think Erik ten Hag. It'd be pretty stunning, wouldn't it, if the person that actually forces Donny out the club is Erik ten Hag, his former manager. That would be really, really surprising. I don't see that as the case. I do think it is interesting. Oh, Maguire got clattered a little bit there. Yeah. I do think it's interesting that Ten Hag views him the same way that Ollie did, as a 10. And a lot of people were criticising Ollie at the time, going, yeah, but he's not. He can do both. I still do think he can do both. I still think he can be an 8. But it's interesting that his former manager says, no, he can be a 10. But then that's really where he played for Ajax, is it not?
He was a 10, and he was a creative 10, a goal-scoring 10. And he reminds me of Thomas Müller in terms of the way he finds space, and he's always looking for spaces.
Here's Sancho. Donny on the overlap.
Oh, what a
free
pass.
Ball. Anthony Martial cuts it back. Oh, what a goal if it goes in. What a goal that is. 2-0 Manchester United. That is brilliant play.
That's what Donny
by
brings.
Manchester United. That is a goal that we don't tend to score that often.
That's what Donny brings.
Look at that play.
Some people would be erratic and just see the goal opportunity to score. Donny would, and they shoot. Donny just looks for the extra player.
It's Rashford who actually gets the goal. It's a ball over the top to Martial. Great touch, pulls it back, gives it to Jadon Sancho. Look at this little pass to Donny. It goes to Martial, cuts it back. Donny doesn't panic, finds Marcus Rashford. That's brilliant.
Yeah. What a touch.
Look at this. That pass from Sancho in the first place as well.
This flick outside the right foot. Weighted, beautiful.
Finds Martial. Again, doesn't panic. Gives it to Donny, who also doesn't panic. Marcus Rashford slots it in. That's another goal. That's 2 in successive games for Marcus Rashford. Both comes in the second half. That is a really good goal by Manchester United.
It's nice. It's very nice that they're believing in each other. Happy. This is good news. Again, Donny part and parcel of that. You know, it looks like it looks like we're playing a 6 and 2/8 almost, because he's getting forward. He's getting beyond that. You know, beyond the last central defensive midfielder, and it's Fred that's playing in that CDM role, by the way.
So that is a Donny assist.
Yes.
Tick.
Yes.
That is what he offers. And again, he's come on for Scott McTominay, so he's come on as an 8. He's not playing as a 10 in this second half.
Yeah.
So this is proof that, again, he can link up.
Yep.
And look what happens when you take a player like McTominay off. Rashford tries a pass just a bit behind Martial there. But what happens when you take a player like McTominay off, who isn't as technically proficient, and you replace him with a player like Donny, who obviously is technically proficient, but you still keep a Fred on the pitch to be able to win the ball back. You score a goal like that.
I've always said, you know, Donny can see the next pass before the next pass can see it's the next pass. You know, that's the kind of player he is. He's always scanning, always checking. And, you know, that kind of creativity in a manic, crazy midfield in the English Premier League is something you need. It gives other players time. He's buying his teammates time by giving the ball to them so early, even before they know that they'll receive it. As long as they're positionally correct, and that's what Ten Hag will be teaching, you know, they get the ball delivered to them very quickly. When Donny's on it anyway.
And good for Donny. You know, I think a lot of people kind of have noticed it about him in maybe this pre-season so far, is that, and you don't blame him considering the last 2 years he's had at United, completely devoid of confidence.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like people haven't realised when he's played for the club, especially Man United, under other managers, he's not played with the full side. He's not played with the full strength side. He's always played with I can remember West Ham, it was, you know, a few reserves in their Champions League run-outs. I think he wasn't playing with the full strength team like he is right now.
Yeah, I mean, in fairness, that's what you said in the last game. And to be fair, what you said when he came on just a minute ago, didn't you? You said it's Donny playing with the senior pros.
Yeah.
The first time, really, for certainly under Ten Hag. And it's going to be interesting to see now if he can continue to find these pockets, these spaces, because he is constantly moving off the ball.
He's addicted to
it. That's the thing sometimes is, we spoke about this before, didn't we? That Bruno's one of those players, is he'll force himself on the game. He'll go to the ball, grab it and make it happen. Whereas Donny, ball comes back in to Donny.
Bruno and Donny kind of occupying the same space there. There. That's kind of an euphemism of what kind of was happening. They both want to be 10s here. Bruno comes in the cutback. He does jacks it because he most probably gets the call from Donny, but Donny's also occupying the space. Look,
Literally.
They both go to it.
I don't know if he called for it. I think he thinks Bruno's going to take the shot and he just leaves it. But again, Bruno's that player that will grab the ball and take the game by the scruff of the neck. Donny's one of those people that's moving off the ball a lot, but he's relying on people to give the ball to him.
Yes.
And especially in this United side, there aren't a ton of players that can do that very well.
And just understand the structure and what's required and what Ten Hag really wants intimately. Like Martial's going to bag. So it's like Donny shows up in the first phase of play and then ends up at the third or fourth phase, trusting that other players will be making the correct movements and passes.
Exactly. Good play by Diogo Dalot, defends that very well. Bruno once again gives it to Rashford. Fred. That's not a foul. It's not a foul. He tried it, Marcel. It's not a foul. Counter-attack on by Crystal Palace here. You've got to set up.
If there is a weak link in that forward line, who is it out of the players?
What you would say there, that sort of attack that Palace had, that stems from why Ten Hag wants Frankie de Jong. Because Frankie de Jong does not give the ball away like Fred did there.
Yeah.
Because it was in a tight space. It was a ball that came back at him. He's maybe got 2 touches to get the ball controlled and out of his feet. And you can tell he's not comfortable. That's not Fred's game. If you give that to a Frankie de Jong, maybe even a Christian Eriksen in a deeper position, they deal with that. They get the ball out their feet.
Yeah.
And that's what I think Ten Hag was talking about yesterday, where he's saying it needs to be a specialist kind of player in that role. Here's Martial. Bruno's going to give it to Diogo Dalot. That's a little pass there to Sancho. They've got a relationship going on the right-hand side.
They really do, and I'm really happy that I was talking about it against Liverpool. You know, he's getting through underlaps, getting opportunities on goal, but they really do have an understanding, and I trust that might be the stronger side, to be honest with you, because obviously we've got a new fullback in Malacia who's going to have to link up with somebody and understand someone's. Is he starting? He's still there?
Malacia's still on the pitch. Yeah, there's only one sub at half-time.
Yeah, good.
And again, maybe this is closer to Ten Hag starting 11.
Yeah,
I mean, obviously,
good pressing from Martial.
You would sort of then, so if this is closer to Ten Hag starting 11, ball over the top by Daley. He's in. Bruno's in, unless he's offside.
Bruno,
what a miss. Man. Bruno Fernandes. Jeez. And thing is, that is what he did last season. He will do stuff like that. There is no excuse to not be hitting the target on that one. No excuse.
All the time in the world. But getting in those positions, though, man, that's what I like. Is to encourage. You want production of chances.
Absolutely. I mean, I think Dalot's probably fuming because that's an assist with him. That's 2 in 1 game. Yeah. You know.
You want production of chances, though. So the positive is that he makes that run. He makes the space. Hey,
look at this press from the front by Manchester United here, Marcel.
Yeah, Martial's really active.
Yeah, Martial's leading that line.
They've got through now, but Fred's there. Look, and they understand players are around.
This will be the frustration for Ten Hag, won't it? Because you've beat the press so easily now. Because if you do beat the press, they're in. That's the problem.
Yeah, I think, but that's with all the top sides. Even City, you are in if you do beat the press.
I think it's going to be a free kick to United.
Yeah, we've got 2 players down now.
Palace players are furious.
Because
we're a bit with the referee.
We're not a bit soft, but it's like, it's Maguire down, it's Fred down.
So if we're saying that this is getting closer to Ten Hag's starting 11, then we're getting closer and closer. Where does Martinez come in and who for them?
It's a good question. I really think Maguire gets to go and the start in position, and then it's going to be Lindelof maybe replaced here anyway. Maguire will get it. I don't think he should. And in time, everyone's got a season. So by the end of the season, I think Maguire is found out, and we do realise he doesn't have what it takes. But it will be Maguire and Martinez, I think.
Yeah, I tend to agree, which is quite concerning. Although Maguire looks quite uncomfortable at the moment. He got a sort of a stamp on his foot. Yeah. Here's Malacia. Oh, poor pass from him. Yeah. I was just about to say before he did that poor pass that he's been obviously had the crossfield pass for the first goal, been quite it's a good move again. Bruno's in behind. What's the final delivery like? Cuts it back. Sancho. Just the ball just got one touch. Yeah, the ball just got a little bit stuck under his feet. Yeah. Maybe wasn't the best pass by Bruno, but again there is nice play.
Look, how's Malacia got to that little weighted pass? It really is nice play. You're right. That's a foul.
That's wow. Keeps it. Fred. Volley. Back post, cuts it back.
Volley it, Bruno.
It's the only thing sometimes with Bruno, isn't it? Is just that final pass or that final decision can be the wrong one. I tell you what, Palace are laying their shit in at the moment as well. That's a couple. They've left one in on Bruno. They left one in on Donny. They're getting right gobshitey, aren't they? Kicking players around. It's kicking off with Fred and Jordan Ayew. We're getting proper shoving match here. Things are getting ugly. Oh, God.
I like this. I'm
happy.
In a
friendly? Do you like it?
Yeah, but
I don't like it from Crystal Palace. Stop kicking our players. Get over it.
Yeah, but I like.
If you're not happy with the referee, it's pre-season, man.
I like when something's happened with your teammate and players go straight away. All of you all come together and protect your player. And Fred was the first one in, and then Martial. It's good. They're a team. There's not a situation, and unless
nasty.
That's horrible. Tackle. That's horrible.
And they left a bit on Maguire before.
Yeah.
They tied it with Donny here again. Look. There's no need. It's just a late tackle.
Yeah.
That is the epitome of leaving a bit on. Bruno's pointing because he's going, I know what you did. You left a bit in because you're not happy with the referee. That's not our fault. And he starts shoving him. Good, Fred, shove him. Going, it's a friendly. Ridiculous.
I'm happy, though. I'm happy. I like when everyone is, on it. They're fired up. They want to fight for each other. Didn't feel like that was there last season.
But again, I get it, your frustration.
Yeah.
And if this was a Premier League match, I'd be like, okay, yeah, that's do what you do. It is frustration, but friendly. To go to the referee at the end of the game, be like, ref, you were rubbish. You were shit. Give him a bit.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like kicking people.
Yeah, yeah. They're not. To be honest with you, we're a bigger side than these, man. This is going to happen. This kind of tactics is what's going to be employed in some games in the Premier League.
Well, my concern would be is that we're 58 minutes.
Oh, Bruno
again. He's having
one. Foul him, Bruno.
Yeah, kick him a bit back.
Yeah, foul him.
He's through on goal.
Nothing.
No, he should do better. Bruno's got that in his locker. That's what you would say. In the second half, whilst he did, was part of that goal, he's missed a sitter. Mm-hmm. Cut back to Jadon probably wasn't the best, and a bit there. But United are going to try and play out from the back here. Lindelof, calm on the ball.
Wow.
Gives it to Fred.
Wow,
well
beautiful.
Played. That's
beautiful.
What you like to see.
Wow, great turn by Rash.
Composure.
Look at this.
Rashford,
look at this. We're in, and he's onside.
Jadon Sancho's through on goal.
Sanchino.
Oh, What a goal. Straight from the back. Straight from the back. 3-0 Manchester United. That is a goal. And by the way, shout out Victor Lindelof.
Yes.
Because he was under pressure from two players. He still found the pass to Fred. Fred does his bit. Goes all the way up the front. Jadon Sancho keeps calm and composed. 3-0 Manchester United. That's goal.
It's
That's
beautiful.
Ten Hag ball.
It's Ten Hag ball. And very good to see as well. Clever, composed, calm. Good finish as well.
Look at this.
Look, he's come right across to cause the overload.
Great turn by Marcus Rashford. That's what a goal does for you. A bit of confidence.
Look at him. He's on his bike
Martial,
straight away.
He is
knows
onside,
the ball's coming.
like you said. Jadon Sancho rides the tackle, and that's the goal. Brilliant. That is a good goal.
Yes.
Now, that's counter-attacking football that we know we can do, certainly.
Yeah. But confident build-up at the beginning.
Yeah. And again, Marcus Rashford, I think, deserves credit for the spin also. That's what happens when you score a goal. Bit of confidence. Keeper, I'd have no idea what he's doing.
How does a Cristiano Ronaldo fit into this? Is that a big problem hanging over our heads, or is it like what Ten Hag's saying with Eric Bailly's situation?
Well, you
competition
would say,
for places. This is healthy competition.
Yeah, I mean, and this isn't the strongest Palace side. We can't get too ahead of ourselves.
But
They're
goals
missing
again.
9 players for a variety of reasons. But that is 2 goals in this second half, which were brilliant.
Yes.
Real good quality goals, technical goals, different kinds of goals, because the second one was just proper pass, cut back goal. Whereas this one was a bit more of a counter. Well, I say counter-attack, but really was it? Because it was playing out from the back.
It's build-up. It's that thing that I'm talking about in terms of what keepers have to do in terms of just playing it out. And then confidence, though, from our centre-backs. Last season, Maguire would be dwelling on the ball and not play a confident pass. This one had to be a press-spitting pass from Fred in the middle of the pitch. He has to take that ball under pressure and has to be willing to do it. And then he knows his next pass into the wide positions. Whereas normally it would be Maguire and then a side pass into Shaw. And then we don't know where to build up from there. It's just a clip over the top or something. Here was through the centre. Really good, but very well worked.
But and does this now, again, start to look at, we were saying before about Ten Hag's strongest side. Swap out McTominay for Donny.
Yeah.
Looking quite capable, isn't it?
Very, very capable as well.
Again, it must be said, it's not the strongest Crystal Palace. It's pre-season as well.
Yeah. But interesting point, I did say it would be Fred to maybe
there
learn
you go.
it.
There's Donny to Dallo.
Yeah, he's inside.
Dallo's right in the middle of the pitch as well.
Underlap.
There's options here. Is Bruno.
4v4.
Get the right pass.
That's
Give
great.
it to Rashford. Decent touch.
Overran it.
Heavy touch.
Yeah, overran it.
Good play.
Production of chances. That's what it is. When you've made a mistake, you still want to be able to create and get in again. Because you don't want just the striker looking and he's only had 1 or 2. He needs to have 3 or 4 looks at the goal. So, no, just good. It's really good.
That sort of front line, I say front line, that sort of front, let's say 5, if you can include Donny and Bruno.
Yeah.
They look sharp.
It's just nice to see.
They look sharp. They look like they've got the nice, intricate passing going on.
It's very nice to see.
Game's got a bit of an edge to it as well, because
I love
Palace are a bit lively.
That's what they need. Our players need to be woken up. This is Premier League competition. You want them to be a bit aggressive at you. You want them to be chomping at the bit a little bit, our players, and hungry. So they have to show now, Crystal Palace, their quality. If they're going to foul them, let's show them our quality. So
I think we're about to get a bunch of substitutions coming on just in a couple of minutes or so. Ten Hag was talking to a big group of players on the sideline.
That's good news.
That I think included, I did see Hannibal involved there.
That's good news.
But definitely this side, you would say, looks pretty strong.
Another player down. That's Rash down.
I think it's Rashford down. Oh, Malasia's been completely done there.
Yeah, he has.
What's your recovery like?
Recovery, tackle.
Does very well.
Malasia.
Yeah. It's a recovery tackle by Malasia there.
Look,
Rashford's
Rash.
down. I don't know if he got a bit of a kick. I'm not sure.
Look, he's vexed with him as well. I don't want no hands. He's vexed with that man.
But I want to see then, you would hope next game is Villa.
Yes.
Do we see this group of players as your starting lineup?
Yeah, but like we were saying, and like I said, Fred looks like the one that will be trusted to do the CDM role. And he has been in this little situation. It is pre-season, yes. But I think out of any of them, his dynamism will be quintessential. It looked like it was just a normal, quite an innocuous one. He just
there wasn't a lot in that.
Yeah.
Although Rashford won, to be fair, it's got a bit of a shove.
Yeah, so maybe he starts Donny then next game, is what I'm going on to say.
I mean, and to be fair, we don't know why.
Offside.
Yeah, it's offside. Palace scored, balls in the back of their net, but it's offside. The United, to be fair to the United backline, they all squeezed up very well there.
Offside.
It was clearly off. You would maybe say the reason that McTominay came off, because he was the only player that came off. I think the intention definitely was to play that starting 11 for 65 minutes. That looks like maybe McTominay might have a bit of a knock.
Yeah.
Is it? But look, that's how you get your chances. Look, they're all off.
Yeah. What McTominay had an injury?
I'm assuming that because why else would he make one sub at half-time?
It was dull. It was dull that first half.
But he said before that his intention was for these people to play 60, 65 minutes.
Well, okay. Well, considering that though, I think it was dull, and we needed a bit more creativity in there if we were going to make it change the score from 1 to 2 to 3. Our two midfielders, the two holding players, just hold a bit too much. They don't pick up clever positions that can hurt the team. And for the goal, it's an overload by Donny, and he's pushed up higher than that holding midfield line. He's caused an overload on the right side of the pitch, and we get through just on the sheer numbers and the creativity and the passing.
So we're going to see, I think, 9 subs here. Donny's going to be the only one that stays on. We can
Interesting.
see Wan-Bissaka on. Yeah, no Ethan Laird this time.
Yeah. Even though Wan-Bissaka is the more senior player and not as good maybe offensively, Ethan Laird's game so far, the little glimpses that we saw, just needs to be a bit more cultivated.
It wasn't a lot of sort of dynamic forward runs, was it?
Yeah. So I would still trust Wan-Bissaka at the moment in terms of a backup right back.
But it's going to be interesting now. How are we going to play now? Charlie Savage immediately on the ball.
I
like that about him. I like that he comes so deep that he'll just pick up the ball off the defender's feet and just do something with it.
Both of them happy to pick up the football under pressure. Both Zidane and Charlie.
They are. They do look like proper players. I mean, the conversation then becomes, doesn't it? Do they stay or do they go out on loan? Has their performances been so good that it gives them a loan move, or have their performances been that good that they're going to stay and be part of the squad?
Interesting. Now we're finding it a bit difficult to play out at the back, but there's a possession lost by David De Gea.
I was waiting for it. One the whole game.
But now we're finding a bit, new players onto the pitch now, trying to understand spatial awareness, see where they are on the pitch. Is that Tellez?
Yeah, so the players that have come on are, always annoys me when United do this. They do it in numerical order.
Yeah.
Ahmad, Alex Tellez, Wan-Bissaka, of course, Donny's still on the pitch. Anthony Elanga. Ethan Laird is on the pitch.
Okay.
Hannibal, Fish, Savage, and Iqbal have all come on.
You did say Ahmad, and I think that's him on the ball now.
Yeah, so the subs that remain are Eric Bailly hasn't come on.
Okay, interesting.
Luke Shaw hasn't come on. Facundo Palestri, Taif Chong, and also, once again, Alejandro Garnacho. Nowhere to be seen.
Yeah, you can't give him...
That is surprising.
I just don't think you can give him the go-ahead above this little magician here, and Ahmad.
Really?
He just needs to be a bit more physical, as you can see there. Straight onto the floor, little clip.
I'm surprised we've not seen any Garnacho. Is he the only player that hasn't come on at this point? I think he is.
Yeah. Hannibal's just now stepped on, of course, and Garner we haven't seen. But I just feel like Ahmad's a bit more established in the first team, has scored in the first team. Just needs to be a bit more stronger, a bit more physical for this Prem. Look, he's still on the floor, man.
Maybe this is where Garnacho does come on.
Potentially. Oh, he's on the bench.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So then potentially, yeah. But I don't know. I think you give Ahmad the benefit of the doubt in terms of all those left-footed, right-sided players, especially if we're not going in the market for a player and Anthony's not going to come in priced out, I believe. Well,
this seeing the first goal again.
Yeah, great
good touch by Dallo. Does really well. Ball into the box. Good control. Hey, it's a good goal.
Yes.
And here's the second goal. It's probably my favourite goal, the second one.
Yeah. Like I said, overlap being caused by Donny and an overload on that right side.
And then that third one from Sancho plays out all the way from the back. Lindelof to Rashford. Nice little turn. Goes all the way to Jadon Sancho. I think a Martial assist. Martial getting assist and goals. He's on fire. You would say those front three, Rashford, Martial, Sancho.
Do you think we could see Ronaldo as a left winger?
At this point in his career, I can't see it. I just can't. It just don't. No.
I mean, you're required to do a lot of work in this system as a left winger, back up and down. But I've seen him do it against Chelsea. I saw him do it. I was on the ground. I saw him play chasing Reece James. Just
Is Tellez over the free kick?
Tried to shoot there.
Goes out for a corner. Goalkeeper saved. Tellez, remember, was it set piece specialist?
Last game. Was it Melbourne or was it Liverpool? Poor set piece taken.
Yeah. I can't wait for Christian Eriksen to be on the set pieces again, because Christian Eriksen on corners and free kicks is something else.
Yeah.
Taylor standing over the corner though. Did his traditional, give the ball a kiss. We wouldn't want to do that on a Sunday league pitch. Then he'll get a face full of dog poo. Or fireworks. There's nothing worse showing up to like a Sunday league pitch, isn't it?
That little stick with the rapper.
Yeah.
Old school.
Iqbal gives it to, I think that might be Ethan Laird.
Is it?
Manages to stay in. It's Alanga. He's had a bit of an interesting one, Alanga, hasn't he?
No one's really speaking about him too much in terms of the forward line players getting minutes.
He got an assist in the last game, technically.
Do you think he gets ahead of anyone though? Right now, like his season might be a lot more difficult than it was under Ralph. Like, Ralph came in, trusted that youth player. I don't think he gets the opportunity.
With the way that
under Ten Hag,
those front three are playing at the moment anyway. So the way that Martial, Rashford and Sancho have been playing, I think it's difficult. I think also Alanga was a Ralph player.
Yes, that's what I'm saying, yeah.
Ralph liked him.
Yeah.
And also, Alanga came into a side that was underperforming. This season will be the real truest example of his quality, I think, because did he get in the side last season because everyone else was rubbish, or did he get in the side because he was good last season?
Everyone else was rubbish. You couldn't trust these men at all.
So this season will be the interesting one of, okay, really show your quality, because some of these other players are hopefully going to be back to near or what we perceive to be as their best.
Vacancy for Alanga at right back? Question.
But that's just still on the pitch. I didn't realise he was still on.
Yeah, no, neither did I, but point in question to you, Owen.
I wasn't paying any attention.
Yeah, I know. Alanga at right back.
Alanga at right back? No. I don't think defensively he's got that in him.
You don't think so?
No, I don't think so. Especially we're looking for right backs as well.
We are. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Make sure
it's been linked.
But if we don't go in, I mean, I think there'll be two more players, and one of them will be a midfielder, and the other one will be in the forward line.
Zayn Miasi's back with his mum's credit card. Hey. You know, it might be the hottest day of the year, but Zayn Miasi's still bringing in his hot takes. He says, happy you are winning gives us a false sense of confidence when you face us. Talk about a false sense of confidence, Zayn. You had your best season ever. We're in the same competition. We're still in Europa League.
Yeah.
How's the Champions League working out for you? Oh, it isn't. I remember when you beat us at the Emirates, celebrating. Good for you that you got into the top four in April.
And they luckily done it. It was quite a close game, if I'm honest with you.
So it's fine, Zayn. You know, keep bringing it. Yeah. Keep bringing it. I've seen everyone raving about Gabriel Jesus and all this kind of stuff.
You know,
fine. We'll see.
We'll see. There's not enough leaders in that team. There's not enough men in that team. Arsenal's team.
I'm not saying they're bad as well. I think Arsenal are a much better side than they were a couple of years ago, and I also applaud Arsenal for the transfer work they've done over the last few years of getting rid of the older players, taking the loss, and just being like, let's just get rid of them on a free, saving up wages. I think it's funny that people go, where's all this money come from when it comes to Arsenal? They had so much wrapped up in terrible players.
Yes.
Or maybe not terrible, but older players. So I credit Arsenal for that. Yeah. But again, they had an amazing season for them last season. They finished a position above us, and we're in the same competition this year.
Yeah.
So you're going to be spending Thursday nights with us.
Yeah.
And we had our worst season ever.
Yeah, you was the closest for the Champions League opportunity, and you gave it away.
Yeah, you still bottled it.
So yeah, good luck to them. And we'll definitely finish above those anyway.
False sense of confidence. Beats Nuremberg. And is going to win the league. False sense of confidence. Unbelievable. Cara says, Owen, if you were a Man United player and another team wanted you, how much are you worth? How much am I worth? How much do you reckon I'm worth, Marcel, if I'm a player?
50 million.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, I'll take that.
50 million.
You've seen how I was playing at Toca Social, that's why.
Yeah.
You were seeing my distribution skills. We were a team in one of those games.
Yeah, and we won one.
Yeah, we won. Yeah,
we did. We did win the game, and then
I didn't make the footage.
Yeah, but it was only I won anyway. The big game.
Well, let's not even get into that. Oh, so for a good save, David De Gea. It's a free kick into the box. It's a header, David De Gea. A bit of a strange technique actually. Goes with it with this arm. It manages to get it over here.
Mad reactions he has.
Yeah. Look at this header. Good save. Should save it, but a good save by David De Gea nevertheless. That's what he does.
That's his God-given gift. He's very good.
Corner for Palace. Another header. Oh, it's gone in. That is bad.
Oh my gosh.
Wow. You know, I can't.
At his near post, I've been saying it on some of our shows. His near post, he's not very great at defending it, if I'm honest. But he's got, and he saves worldies. He does saves a lot of worldies, but
I thought it was his God-given gift, Marcel.
It is, man. He's great at saving shots, but look.
What is he doing?
Yeah, he's kind of switched to his foot slashes. He's
bad.
Caught in two minds. He's caught in two
He
minds.
thinks he's gonna go with his feet.
Yeah.
I think, and then just.
Yeah, he's caught in two minds.
Oh no, he knows it.
Yeah.
Look at him.
Get them out early, I would say. Give him the benefit of the doubt.
Oh dear, it's not good.
Because that's saving shots, man. I'm not gonna criticize him. He's still good at that, but
I can't. What? So he makes a mistake, and you're not gonna criticize him?
Yeah,
for
no.
that?
Contrary to belief as well, isn't it? Yeah, but
I can't understand you, Marcel. Honestly.
yeah, I'm
So he does a good pass, and you'll go, I'm willing to, wait and see. He does one that he actually should save, and you'll go, well, here's Palace on the attack again.
Is that handball?
Get rid of it.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's 3-1.
Let's go. Come on.
We then a counter attack. I can't believe
Ahmed,
that
play the
goal.
pass. Your head's down, and you got players on the other side of the pitch that want the ball.
Dear.
He needs to get his head up, Ahmed.
Charlie
And Savage.
Savage has been caught out here.
A little bit of disarray right now. 5-6 players coming onto the pitch. Go well done, Savage. Good position.
Zamias is back with his mum's credit card once again,
What's he got
saying,
to
you have
say?
lost Ronaldo 20 goals plus. We
Yes.
have gained 15 plus with Jesus. We have Saliba and Gabriel, who's better than your defence, plus Fridge as your captain. How will you finish higher? Because over the course of the last however many seasons we have.
15 goals plus in Martial.
We haven't lost Ronaldo yet.
Exactly. 15 goals plus in Marcus Rashford. And never 15 goals plus in Sancho. And then like I've been saying, Ronaldo guarantees you 20 plus, and as far as Ten Hag's concerned, he's a Man United player.
Well, and also, so Arsenal finished above us last season, but apart from that, in the recent however many years, how many times have Arsenal finished above us?
I don't
You're
know.
telling me you finish above us one season out of like the last 5, and suddenly you're so much better than us.
Yeah, I don't know. And it's a new striker coming into that team.
And a new manager.
And then, And that manager's definitely not better than ours. Arteta's nowhere near better than Ten Hag, in my opinion.
Lil Yo-Yo says, Marcel David De Gea jinx is real. It is. I don't know why you say these things. I said, you've got to be careful.
Listen.
And you were saying that's his God-given ability.
Listen.
As soon as you said that, his God-given ability evaporated, today.
I'm starting to believe in this jinx thing.
It's
the
real.
TV, the jinx, you say don't jinx it. A
I
little
told
bit of an
you.
issue. Now this. Listen, if we're jinxing David De Gea and it means he gets out of the club quicker, I'm not saying
That
anything
is
more.
a disgrace. If you're going to finish that.
I'm
He
not
said
saying.
it earlier on with the TV, where he was like, it's working now, and it wasn't working. And then when we managed to get the thing on the TV, you were like, good, done. And I went, it's not done. It's never done, Marcel. God-given ability.
At United View, we
You
have.
have to be careful.
At United View, we have powers. Flex and the touching the post.
Yeah.
There's powers here.
We've got nearly over 850 people watching.
How many likes?
I don't know because I'm doing it on my phone,
course,
but it's not enough.
Yeah.
Regardless of what it is, it's not enough. It's 412. We can get to 500.
We can get to
We can get
600.
to yeah. If you haven't already, click a like on the like button. Be sure to subscribe, bottom right hand corner. And of course, if you do wish to join the UV Members Club, you can do so. Link is in the video description. It's also the pinned comment in the live chat as well. You get your badges, you get your emojis, you also get your exclusive members only content, which has got some big plans for that in the future.
tasting content with Owen.
Yeah, and for the next match for you, Marcel is going to bring in some
fruits
food for me.
Yes.
I'll make sure I do my exercises before I come in as well.
Yeah, but the fruits is good for you, man. It's gonna
There's
be
a lot
just
of
pure
sugar.
vitamins.
There's a lot of sugar.
fructose, natural sugar.
There is a lot of sugar. You have to be careful.
Nah, it's
I'm
natural
one of those
sugar.
people, I got to be careful. I got to count the carbs.
It's
I'm not
natural
like
sugar.
you.
You're gonna have plenty of vitamins. It's gonna be a blessed day.
It's
Hannibal with a shot.
Straight down the keeper's throat. Yeah, I got to be careful with the calories.
Fair enough.
I got broad shoulders.
Fair enough. Metabolism may be a bit slower than mine as well.
It is a lot
burning it
slower.
up. I'm just burning everything. Yeah.
Marcel, he's always on the go.
Yeah.
But yeah, Marcel's going to bring in some fruit for me.
Friday.
So that's going to be fun.
Yeah.
You can see me be sick on stream.
Nah, you won't be sick, man.
Well, it depends what you bring in, honestly.
I'm gonna bring something out left of field, like
Yeah.
completely different, and then some traditional
also
fruits that you don't like.
bring in some stuff that you haven't tried as well.
Yeah.
Why should it only be me?
No. I just want to enjoy the fruits.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. But you bring in something, you go, I tell you what, I've never had that. We'll
Okay.
both have it at the same time.
Okay, maybe a passion. I have maybe tried a bit of passion fruit, but I haven't had one in a long time.
Yeah. Game Fanatic says with a super chat, you have to admit, Owen, as a fellow goalkeeper, that header bounced in the most annoying place for the goal, right in front of the keeper's feet. You could say it's awkward, and you can say there's bounces that might have been awkward, but make no mistake, he still should save it.
Yes.
I think it's a case of, as we mentioned, he gets caught in two minds. He thinks for a second, I'm going to do it with my feet, and then he goes, no, actually not, I'm going to dive, and in the end, he does nothing.
Yeah.
Which is odd for De Gea because he is so proficient at using his feet for saving the ball.
Exactly that as well.
That you would think he would just go with that. So
that's why I'll give him the little bit of the benefit of the doubt of that one, Owen, to be honest with you, because, you know, he's so great with his feet as well.
But when it comes to De Gea, look, he's always had a mistake in his locker.
Mm-hmm.
He was always one of those keepers that always got a mistake in their locker. But at the same time, he'll also...
That's a moment there into Fish as well. Confident, you know. Bit of composure there.
Lil Yo with the super chat says, we need a porridge members video from Marcel.
Yeah, or trying different porridges with different foods. Or something. I don't know. Different brands of porridges.
This is Goldilocks.
I do like syrup. I do like syrup.
Porridges. Oh, this one's too hot. Oh.
I don't like my porridge too thick. I do like it a little bit watery, a little bit.
Yeah. I don't like that. I don't like it too thick. The worst thing is when it's too thick and it can dry quite quickly. You ever had that? So what you think, you go, well, that's a decent consistency. 2 minutes later, it's like cement.
Yeah.
Oh, horrible.
Good clearance.
And headed away from a Crystal Palace corner, yeah. But I can imagine you have different variations of porridge as well. I can't imagine you stick to the same thing with it.
Well, if it depends on my skill in the morning, how much I pour, the ratio. It's not always the same. So sometimes it's
what you would have with it in terms of your fruits. I can imagine you mix that up quite a bit.
Oh right, yeah. Blueberries, like we were mentioning, something that you actually.
I do like blueberries.
Blueberries, which is a start. Blueberries, banana, sometimes strawberry, but blueberries, banana is the go-to.
Cinnamon.
Yeah, and honey.
Yeah.
Honey as well. I would add in there if there's no fruits at home. But yeah, porridge is the guy.
Yeah,
great energy.
I used to have porridge in the morning quite a bit, but now I just have the smoothie every morning.
It's the best thing.
It's and I kind of enjoy it because I know it probably wakes up my neighbours because I'm in flats and stuff like that. So I know for a fact they can hear that.
Yeah.
And good because I get woke up enough.
Yeah, and it's it's good to have though.
Yeah, it is. It's quick as well. Down it. Breakfast.
You're right. You do feel kind of a bit bad though with the noise.
No, I don't. I don't. I get woken up enough. There's nothing worse, especially if you live in like some flats or whatever. And I've had this happen to me recently, when someone locks himself out at say like 11 at night. They don't have their keys. What do they start doing? Press all the buttons. I'm half asleep. Woke up. Startled. I'm not going to go and answer my door at 11 o'clock at night. I don't know who's there. And I don't have intercom or anything like that where I could see outside. If I had one of those Ring things, then maybe I would go out.
Little balcony to look down?
No.
Check, but
to be fair, even if I had one of those like Ring cameras where I could look outside and it was someone I didn't know at 11 o'clock, why am I answering the door? I'm never in a million years answering the door.
Right way to be.
That's on them.
Yeah.
And the problem is then one of my neighbours did answer the door and let him in because it was one of the neighbours. And I could hear him chatting outside and I thought, I've got to be quiet because I've got to pretend that I'm asleep.
Yeah.
I can't be like banging around just being like, I just didn't want to let you in. That's on them though. That's their fault.
It is, man. It's their own business.
I'm a very good neighbour. I keep myself to myself. I'm quiet. Apart from, that in the morning. That's it.
No loud music playing?
No,
during the
I
day?
don't. I always walk around with my headphones in.
Oh, no, you're a really good neighbour.
Yeah, I never play loud music or anything like that. Because I've been a neighbour that's had someone, above them or below them play. Yeah, that's just not right.
Yeah.
Have some thought.
Yeah, 100%.
Plus, if I'm watching something, I like to have my headphones in. You get more engrossed in it.
Immersed, yeah, 100%.
And like this game, since the subs happened, the game's kind of changed a little bit.
Yeah.
Palace have got into it a bit more.
I think it's maybe not as many subs. I think he made 5 or 6, but it'd be really interesting how. Oh,
that might be a red card.
It's a very good foul. He's gonna get a yellow.
He's gonna get a red, I think. I think it's Fish, isn't it?
It's pre-season.
Wow. Oh, here's a red card. He's gone. Unfortunate. His first appearance for United on this pre-season tour. He's been sent off. It's a bad touch. The ball goes past him, and he just brings the player down. It's a free kick. It's not a penalty. But Manchester United are down to 10 men. Look at this. Just a bad touch and just wrestles him to the floor. Oh dear, oh dear. Well, this is what happens when you make all of those subs, Marcel, right?
Yeah,
the quality
it just changes the dynamic of the team and how they're playing. It's so interesting how that works as well, because you would think, players would understand, but it just changes it a little bit, and it's been a bit stale in this half.
You feel bad for him, don't you?
Yeah. You don't want to see anyone coming off in pre-season.
No. But now 6 minutes left. Down to 10 men.
Yeah, that wall doesn't look like it's covering much to go.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. That does not look like the best wall.
Yeah.
It's a good area for a free kick. Central, just outside the box. He'll probably just smash it. See, that is... If you're a Palace player, that's such a waste, because if you're that far out, you're never getting up and down.
Yeah, just
put your foot through it.
Yeah. Put the foot through it or just get it on target. Messi just kind of delicately curls it over the wall and into a position where the goalkeeper can't get near, but he's just trying to hit it and he's not kind of taking care. But yeah, interesting to see what happens next season in terms of the 5 subs, because that can change the dynamic of a team and a game. And I know managers won't want to make 5 changes.
Well, I have different opinions on this, I think, because I know what people will say. Well, it gives benefit or gives advantage to your cities that have your bigger squads and they can change the game and bring players on, and that is true.
Yeah,
and maybe your smaller clubs don't have that quality in depth of player, but I do think it gives you the ability tactically to completely transform the game. If you are, say, a Bournemouth and you go 1-0 up against a Man City, you have the potential to bring on 5 players, fresh players that can all sit behind the ball and protect the game.
Yes.
Is that not an advantage in itself?
Yeah, but I do like at the same time coinciding with that, it's like high quality football matches now. The game might not be looking fatigued and players drop off in form or whatever. You're still gonna have more fresh players on the pitch, which hopefully means more quality as well.
But I'm not against the 5 subs, and also as well, you can still only do it in 3 sections.
I don't understand that.
So you can maybe do 2 subs at one time, then another 2, and then a 1. You can't do 5 individual subs.
Okay.
Because people would say, well, what about time wasting? What would be going on that? You have to still do it in blocks of 3.
Okay.
Which makes sense. At least that's what I think that is. But then I was just thinking, what happens with an injury?
Yeah. Do you think we'll see more half-time subs then? Potentially.
I don't know. You might see earlier subs.
Yeah, it has to be.
Than before.
That was a problem for us last season.
Oh, it was certainly under Ollie and even Ralph. 75-minute settings.
Jeez. You're thinking, come on, change the dynamic of the game, make something happen.
I mean, I get it. Like, you could say under Ralph, maybe it's because he didn't have the best options from the bench.
Oh yeah, his options were poor. Yeah.
But you would still say, if your players still aren't playing well, how worse can they be? If
bring Hannibal on,
please. Bring someone on. You know. Here goes Charlie Savage, Danik Bell. We've had quite quiet games, actually, in the second half.
Yeah, they have.
Alanga gives the ball away.
Goes to show, though, Premier League opposition now.
Yeah, against...
they had a little taste of it with Liverpool, but it weren't a whole half, for sure.
Here you go, Palace on the counter-attack again.
Because, the first team came on at like 65 minutes, so it weren't the whole half in terms of Premier League opposition they played against, but... Yeah. They picked apart Melbourne for sure, and now they've not really come into it or dominated the game, but it was very scrappy the way that the changes have come. Oh, here's a throw from De Gea.
There you go.
As well.
Straight to Ethan Laird. Take that.
Yeah.
No, you're right. I think certainly in the beginning of this second half with that stronger side, played very well, better than we played in the first half.
Yep.
Some really nice stuff.
Yep.
When the subs come on, it kind of dropped off a little bit. As I guess to be expected, just with a lot of subs and with the quality. But again, still another good performance. Again, Ten Hag will be happy. He won't be happy about the goal conceded, because that's 2 games in a row where goals have been conceded. And you would say probably largely avoidable goals.
Yeah.
The goal against Melbourne was just, I think, overall poor defending. There's lots of different individuals you could have picked out and said that was poor, but poor defending overall. This goal today, goalkeeper mistake. You would say De Gea will be disappointed with that.
Yeah, 100%.
In the grand scheme of things, it doesn't matter too much, but he would have wanted a clean sheet.
Yeah.
But there's certainly more positives than negatives to take from this game.
And that's what I like to look at, At the end of the day, it's 3 wins. It's not false hope, Zayn. It's not false hope. It's habits that need to be, drilled into players. And yes, it's pre-season, but we need to be winning these games. If it was 3 losses, we would be looking at everything completely differently. But there's been so many positives to take. Yes, the structured press wasn't prominent today, but at times it has been there, and a lot of the biggest positive, I think. Oh, that's a good tackle by Wan-Bissaka. The biggest thing that I would say from the 3 displays that we've seen is that players are very creative. That front 3 is very fluid and nice to see, and we're creating opportunities in all these games.
Where is Wan-Bissaka playing? Is he at centre back? I think he is at centre back now. Yes. I don't know if he was before the red card. He might have been, because Ethan Laird's on the pitch as well. Here's a counter attack for United. Hannibal hasn't got a huge amount in support. Charlie Savage. Again, looks like the player's just trying to see the game out. It's Alanga to Zidane Iqbal. Again, some of these players just really haven't had any real time on the ball. And you know what is interesting, actually, is that we were talking about Donny and how well Donny was doing with those other players. You notice that since these players have come on the pitch, Donny's non-existent.
Exactly.
Anonymous.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he needs to play with the first team players a lot more. But yeah, again, we haven't seen Donny, and it's going to even be more difficult now where we're coming into added time, and we're 10 men down for the last maybe 5 or so minutes, 4 or so minutes. So going to be even more difficult.
Lil Yo-Yo with the super chat says European lad reported led to Ajax could happen.
Interesting. That would be a perfect place for him to learn his craft. So I think he is one of those that need a loan. Wouldn't be no use for him to stay with the squad in terms of getting time on the pitch. So now that would be a really good shout. Lil Yo-Yo, that's a good call.
Game Fanatic also with the super chat says, anyone hear Erik ten Hag shout, WTF are you doing?
To who?
I don't know. I mean, we don't have sound here because we can't.
Yeah.
But look, we've heard it in those training clips, haven't we?
Yeah.
Too many mistakes, all that kind of stuff.
All those little details, Owen, I love to hear, because it's just me hearing what the manager has to say live, and I just love all that kind of stuff on the pitch.
Here's Donny in the gap, or attempted a free ball to Alanga, didn't work out. Look at them still advertising the PS4. That's wild, isn't it?
Yeah.
To be fair, I don't have a PS5 or anything like that.
I haven't played console for a little while now.
Me neither.
Yeah.
If there's a game that I play which is rare now, it's Football Manager. That's it.
Oh, it's such a good game. We should do like a online one. You can
do
like the Premier League, and
you'll be able to keep up with me, Marcel. That's what it is.
Depending what team you use.
Oh.
Yeah, I think I'm quite good.
I've dedicated hours to it.
Yeah. It says like depending on how many hours, what kind of player you are.
Yeah.
No, I love Football Manager. Yeah.
I'm very hands-on. All the training. Got my schedules.
Oh no, I delegate that to my coaches.
Not good enough.
But I make sure I employ the state-of-the-art coaches.
I'm like
make
Eric.
Sure my attacking attributes
I'm
are
like
there.
Eric. I'm making sure I'm overseeing everything.
Yeah.
This is all on my vision. We are into injury time. I don't know how much time's left on.
Yeah, and it will be interesting to see.
Probably a bit, right?
Yeah.
Red card, all that kind of stuff.
A lot of fouls, a lot of time players on the ground, time taken out.
If you haven't already, be sure to smash a like on the like button as well. We're nearly at that 500 mark.
Yes.
Which is always the aim.
Yes.
As David De Gea stands over this free kick, not long left.
Who do you think stood out to you today?
Up front three, once again, you would say it would be Sancho, Martial, Rashford. I thought Donny did all right when he came on. But it's that front three, really. I would say the ones that really stood out for me. What about you?
No, 100% agree with you. But everything you said, I agree with that. I'm just who can we add to the team, and how would the players that we've got, Eriksen now and Martinez, how do they add to this team? What do they? What's the dynamic that they bring? What are they gonna bring? I think it's done now.
Yep, it's full time. Manchester United 3, Crystal Palace 1. Manchester United's 100% record in pre-season continues. That's victories over Liverpool, Melbourne victory, and now Crystal Palace. Goals from Anthony Martial, Marcus Rashford, and Jadon Sancho. All the front three get goals, assists in there as well. You'll be happy with that, won't you, Erik ten Hag?
Well, no, he won't actually. No, he won't actually. I'll change that because he will be seeing mistakes. He'll be looking at what we could have done better. He's already said he's not happy. He's not happy with everything that he's seeing so far. There's plenty work to be done, but this is a high potential side, and I do understand what he's saying when he says that. So he'll be looking at the things that we can improve on, and he'll be working on it and making sure that the side are up to scratch. Interesting to see Fred in the 6th position for a little bit.
Yeah.
The players, when they came on, didn't give the effect that I would have liked to have seen. Usually the first 2 games showed that, there was something to show in terms of quality, potential quality anyway. But no, a win. That's the habit that you need to get used to.
Absolutely. That's the habit you need to get into. We'll be back for the next game, which is in Perth, which is Friday, I think it is.
Yes.
I think it's Friday, so we'll be back for that one for another match view here from UVHQ. On the way out, make sure to smash a like on the like button. Be sure to subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. Also, if you do wish to join the UV Members Club, you can do so. Remember, link is in the video description below. It's also the pinned comment in the live chat. Flex and KG are out there in Melbourne at the moment, so we'll hear from them shortly too. Hopefully they'll be speaking to players. Marcel and myself will be giving our views after the game as well, so there's plenty of content coming up, but we'll speak with you again very soon. Peace.